All right, everyone. DraftKings Best Ball Week coming to a close. We are drafting out of the 10 slot here. Rich Rebar, first draft of the stream. Jacob Sanderson's going to come in for the second draft of the stream. And we are sitting here on the eve of the NFL draft, Reebs. We are waiting on bated breath to see, is any team going to trade up for 3? Are the Cardinals just going to take Jeremiah Love at 3? Are the Browns going to trade? A plethora of opportunities. And honestly, I think number one on the wish list for all fantasy football players has got to be, let's get one of these crappy running backs to a good spot. One of these crappy running backs. Please let something good happen.
It'll still probably be fool's gold.
It'll still probably be fool's gold, but it gives us something to hope and wish on, right? Imagine the Seahawks backfield going into the season is George Halani, Emmanuel Wilson, and torn ACL Zach Charbonnet, and that's just it. That's just all.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be like Kareem Hunt or like the ghost of Joe Mixon or something. Like,
oh yes, yeah, we definitely have not heard we've not heard the laugh. We've not heard the last of Joe Mixon. It's very easy to put him out of sight, out of mind right now,
but he doesn't exist. He's not even real.
He doesn't even. Let me tell you, man. Najee Harris too. You guys haven't been thinking about
dude,
Najee Harris. Oh, come on. Whatever rookie you like, whatever like second year. Oh, the Jaguars brought in Najee Harris for a workout. Come on, man.
Some of these dust ball veterans post draft are gonna move on some teams for sure.
No one projected Kareem Hunt to lead the Chiefs in rushing last year, like or the year before. How about the year before? I guess last year we knew he was going to be on the team. We certainly did not know Kareem Hunt was going to lead the 2024 Chiefs in rushing. That much I can tell you.
No, that one we didn't. Even last year, there was some hope that he wouldn't, but
100%.
I mean, Mahomes was their best running back last year. So.
Well, yeah, and he's not going to be able to do it this year because he's going to be gimping around on.
We don't have to worry about that. At least they at least got a running back.
All right, Reebs, we are picking at 10 here. Looks like we have a little bit of a weird one. McCaffrey went at 3. Taylor went at 5. Puka falls all the way to 6. We are probably, I was going to say JSN's going to go, and then we're going to be stuck with whatever remains here on DraftKings. Lamb, Jefferson, Cook, G&T, who do you want?
So I pulled up my stuff. I haven't really been drafting, but my next pick in full PPR would be Justin Jefferson.
Bang. Hey, tell the people you're not scared, bro. Tell the people Kyler Murray doesn't scare you.
I mean, Kyler Murray scares me in the stance of, joining a Kevin O'Connell offense that is predicated on, playing understanding, throwing over the middle of the field. But he just needs to be Carson Wentz level to have Justin Jefferson operate back at wide receiver 1 levels. We saw it last season when Justin Jefferson played with Carson Wentz, who I believe Kyler Murray is capable of getting to Carson Wentz levels, was a top 10 wide receiver in expected points per game. Literally played nothing but hard defenses too, like some of the best defenses in the NFL, and was giving us strong, usable games. J.J. McCarthy, an abject disaster, or highest inaccurate rate in the NFL. Justin Jefferson has highest inaccurate target rate of his career. So I'm back in on Justin Jefferson at least being kind of the winner here, even if Kyler doesn't bounce back.
All right. Well, Rashee Rice goes. We got A-Chain, Barkley, McBride, Jeremiah Love. You tell me, man. We're riding the Reebs train here.
All right. Did James Cook go? I was just giving you a little Justin Jefferson.
James Cook did go. We're up at 16.
I would probably just bounce back with Saquon here.
Yeah, that's who I have ranked the highest. I obviously don't feel that.
I mean, Omarion Hampton over Saquon feels really aggressive.
Oh yeah, I mean, Omarion Hampton's not even the best running back on his team, brother.
Well, I forgot I'm on the Keaton Mitchell hive here.
Someone's got to do it. I mean, Mike McDaniel, when he showed up to Los Angeles, he created wanted posters and brought them into the GM's office. He had the 2 wanted posters, literally printed them out physically. 2 players, Alec Ingold, his fullback, and Keaton Mitchell. I mean, come on, bro. You're drafting.
Is that his name now? Is it Keaton Mitchell? I like that. I don't know if that's a fraudulent slip or like an actual, what you're calling him.
So someone told me that was his nickname, and I ran with it. I think they were lying to me. I actually don't think that is his nickname, but ever since someone said it to me, I
like it though. I like
it. It's such a good nickname. I mean, that is an exact representation of how he plays. Now, Rich, Where do you stand on the revenge of the running back? I mean, we're sitting here, the second round. I mean, more than half the picks have been running backs at this stage. Do you think this is an overreaction to the most recent 2 years? Do you think wide receivers will come back? Where are you at here?
No, I mean, I wrote about this even 2 years ago about kind of how we were approaching the new wide receiver dead zone, but, doing this live in a draft, like this whole spiel, try to do my best here. So basically, like with more condensed sets,
I can pick if you're in the middle of a great
yeah,
point. I will.
but
pick. You
also,
keep going.
so when Sean wrote Anti-Fragility, like when Anti-Fragility popped, like that was like the big boom of like McVay leaving the Shanahan system, and Shanahan was not the first person to run 11 personnel, but his first move leaving the Shanahan coaching tree was to axe the fullback for the slot receiver and have him active in the run game, because then when we go to throw the football, we don't have like a dead player on the field, right? That was like the big move. And what that happened is we see the more of the slot archetypes on the field, the 11 personnel boom. And they were hurting the lead fantasy wide receivers of the time. They were like pulling away targets from the wide receiver ones. But as the condensed sets have started to take more prevalence, we started to see the slot archetype actually get kind of acts inversely and start to get pulled off the field. And now when teams play 11 personnel, they're moving their wide receiver ones around more into the slot more. You see these guys are playing with like 30% slot rates plus Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Even the guys last year, like the top 12 in points per game, it was really A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, and Devontae Adams as the only guys who didn't really have like any type of diverse usage. And so it was like all these like guys that move around, Lamb, like Amon-Ra, Puka Nacua, all these guys get like a sampling of moving around the formations in these sets. So what that's done now is hurt the wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 depth that made Anti-Fragility so big, but it's started to make wide receiver 1s more important. There's a larger delta, a larger gap between having an elite wide receiver 1. I haven't gone like full, like what I would call anchor wide receiver, like we used to do anchor running back, where we take one running back and then like not draft on just 7 or 8 rounds. But more optimally, the last couple of years, it's been better to have like 2 wide receivers through round 5, or like, just try to get that anchor guy and then just hammer wide receiver from like wide receiver 24 to 50 and like get a bunch of those guys on your roster and find what shakes out. So that's kind of what's manipulating things. Wide receiver production has gone down 3 years in a row. Last year, it was the worst wide receiver position in totality in the last 20 years. We will see some give and take there. I do think there's going to be some loss here, though. I think the 2 tight end stuff is going to have a shorter lived life, because like the fullback, when teams eventually have to start throwing out of it, you don't have a guy on the field that's a pass catcher, right? So that's just, it's a new iteration of the fullback in big sets. And eventually what's going to happen is these defenses aren't going to play ball with these offenses. So McVay last year is a great example of this. He wants to go big because he wants you to play base defense and come out of big nickel. And then we want to create explosives with you putting in all these bad linebackers now. But teams are eventually going to get religion and say, we aren't going to play ball with you. We're just going to stay in base nickel and find ways to stop the run or live with just getting run on. So it's going to be interesting to see, how this thing shakes out in the next couple of years. But I do think the 2 tight end stuff, where it's just a pure guy like a Josh Oliver type, is going to be shorter lived. You need it to be like a Cole Kmet type, a guy that can still threaten in the pass game, even like Dawson Knox levels. It needs to be at least that type of player. It can't be Charlie Warner, right? It can't be Adam Troutman. It's got to be at least someone that can threaten as a pass catcher, because otherwise you're just new fullback.
Yeah, it can't be. It's not Noah Gray. I mean, it's not these kind of bumbering guys. I actually like completely disagree with this. I don't think that tight ends are developing as receivers or commanding a higher target share.
No,
I think
it's the same thing as the 11 personnel. There's just more tight ends on the field.
That's more tight ends on the field.
That's why the target share is kind of tricky. But if you look at individual target shares for tight end, like we really don't have any outliers. But what's funny is you look at wide receiver, it's completely different. When Sean wrote Anti-Fragility, like the high wide receiver target shares, like we'd be looking for like 25% plus, right? Now we're starting to see wide receiver 1s like easily hit 30% plus in terms of target shares, because they're moving around and they're getting access to more easier targets than they got.
Yes, 100%. Although the total number of those alpha guys have diminished over time. Like
because they used to be prototypical X is no longer the
correct.
Where you run your offense. Like Julio Jones, Andre Johnson, Calvin Johnson. Like we don't have those guys.
Yeah. Correct. I took ETN and Garrett Wilson while you were explaining what we were doing. I don't know if you would agree with those rankings. I mean, structurally, I think At that 3-4 turn, when you're picking on the right side of the board, I do think one of Kyron, ETN, Brees, Javonte, or Bucky just makes so much sense because I don't really think you very often want to have one running back through 4 rounds in fantasy football this year. Even if you don't love any of those particular guys, I just think structurally they are so helpful. And we are about to be back up. I mean, Rome makes sense here. I'm a Tootin bro, but this is a good time. Christian Watson. I mean, Christian Watson made me redefine everything I know about wide receivers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like Watson. I like Tyler Warren here a lot too. Really like Tyler Warren with as kind of being the big winner. I like the bump for Josh Downs. It's just, Josh Downs is still going to run into that. We need to see him escape the draft still too, where they don't. Cause they brought in Ted Hurst for a visit. They had a couple of wide receiver visits, but I think Tyler Warren's going to be the biggest benefactor from the Michael Pittman leaving that offense.
Yeah. So I just have trouble with the Colts overall because
of the Daniel Jones stuff. Yeah.
I just expect him to play so bad. Like I expect the combination of a year of film with what he's doing in the Shane Steichen offense and coming back with the Achilles, removing the mobility. I'm like, oh man, I'm so ready. And I was lower than consensus on Warren as a prospect as well. So that stuff is still bleeding in.
You're not ready to cave because he ended the season.
Well, no, I mean, he's clearly like a good NFL tight end, right? I don't know if he is 30 picks better than Harold Fannin, 40 picks better than Tucker Kraft, 50 picks better than Kyle Pitts. I don't know. I'm open to it though. I'm certainly open to it. All right, so we have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Burrow way after ADP here. Tootin, Carnell Tate. You got a favorite here.
Is Jayden Daniels still there?
Jayden Daniels is still there.
Why would you? We can do any of the quarterbacks. Can we push it? You've done more of these. Can we push?
Honestly, no. By the time that we come back up at pick 81, there's a chance that all of this tier of quarterbacks is gone, and we are left with we might not even get Trevor. Like Trevor Lawrence's ADP is after 81, but if the quarterbacks go, like,
and he's gone already.
Lawrence just went at 61.
Well, so they double dipped. They ran the stack, the Parker Washington Trevor Lawrence stack.
Yeah, I mean that is very early for Trevor Lawrence, but I think that drafter.
I mean, it has to be early for Parker Washington, right?
No, it's not. It's really not. Reebs. People are joshing Parker Washington to themselves.
I think it's solid, but I think he's solid. But I mean, do you ever if we look back 10,000 feet from now and we say that Parker Washington was a 5-6 turn player and it didn't hit, it would be yeah, pretty shocking that didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm probably even lower than
over Marvin Harrison Jr. feels crazy.
I mean, over Carnell Tate feels crazy. Over Tyson, over Lemon feels crazy to me. I mean, even if you want to compare one-hit wonders, Michael Wilson was a better one-hit wonder than Parker Washington was last year. Michael Wilson had 2 overall wide receiver 1 weeks last year.
I mean, just what a sliding doors moment that Travis Hunter injury was. Like the timing of that injury where he had come off of the big game, was finally played his largest snap share, and then he gets hurt. Parker Washington at that point had 17 catches on the year. They trade for Jacoby Myers. And now everyone's running with that Travis Hunter's just going to be IDP only.
Yes.
But just what 100%. A sliding doors moment that impacted so much of the season.
You know what? This is a great call. Parker Washington is a lot like the Juwan Jennings of last year. Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
And Lawrence is not going to run as hot as he did the back half of last year. It's just kind of impossible. There's a few of these guys this year. I mean, JSN is like this year's Saquon, right? Like maybe he doesn't have the complete run out where it's like you feel terrible about the pick, but he had such a good year. It's just not replicable. Like the way Saquon had his 2024. It was just, we knew there was going to be regression, not to the degree where the Eagles offense was running like a high school offense, but that's, JSN is very much like this year's Barkley. Like he's just not going to be in a bottom 3 passing offense and have 1,800 receiving yards again. Like those things just don't align.
Are you a little bit lighter on JSN than the market right now?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, not like a ton, but just barely. I mean, you lose the offensive coordinator. You just he's not going to sun run to the degree he did last year, anyways. Still a really good pick and a good player. I believe he's not going to completely fail. But
you like Michael Wilson, Chris Godwin, any of these guys here?
Not really.
Rico Dowdle. It's a rough range.
I mean, it would just basically be like, yeah, I guess the DK hope to run into some touchdowns, but it's not great.
I took Godwin.
And you
just
took
because,
Godwin.
So yeah, it's whatever. So it's really interesting. I also have Jayden Daniels ranked ahead of average draft position. I take him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What happens quite often though is I get to these picks in the 80s, I get to these picks in the 90s, and I'm like, every skill position player here is terrible. I'll just take Dak. I'll just take Brock Purdy. I'll just take Mahomes. I'll just take Herbert. I'll just take Lawrence. Like, I'll do whatever, because why do I want to pay this price for Rico Dowdle? I mean, we can't take Metcalf here. We can take Wandale here. Jalen Warren, who I like. It's kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's probably just we only have 2 running backs, and one is Travis Etienne. That's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, DK is the next best receiver I have on my board.
It's fine by me. What? Yeah, we can take.
That's exactly the definition of it. Like, you don't feel good about it.
Yeah, no, literally, who cares? If we had a stack there, I would have done it. We'll probably line up, assuming the Addison drafter is going to have a chance to get us there, but Kyler probably is going to end up being our next pick. I tend to agree with this as well. Like,
yeah, I like Kyler.
The way it's setting up is the 80s and 90s are the quarterback and tight end picks, and Jalen Warren, if you are so inclined. I think Jalen Warren's fine. I'm neither super over or super under on Jalen Warren and Rico Dowdle. I don't have a great sense of. Reebs, which one of them do you think catches more passes? Do you think it'll be Dowdle?
Probably Warren. I think in general, though, that backfield, the Jaguars backfield, maybe the Carolina backfield again, the Arizona backfield as it stands, if they don't have Jaron Love, like Jeremiah Love, is when you have these backfields that aren't compartmentalized, where it's like a clear pass catcher and a clear early down guy, it comes hard, because when you have to do like what Chuba Hubbard and Dowdle did last year, where it's like, oh, they're treating these guys as interchangeable. It's really hard to project these guys and could be almost frustrating in a sense. So I do think that Jalen Warren showed enough as a lead back last year. They might view these guys kind of as interchangeable. But there could be a chance where Jalen Warren's just back to being a receiving back. But I think they do kind of view them as interchangeable. I mean, Rico Dowdle has had really good total stats the past years, but neither year was he a full season starter, even with Mike McCarthy. So it's a little tough. I think that they're probably going to be sections of the season where both guys run hotter than the other, and it'll probably oscillate back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. It'll probably be whichever one's son runs touchdowns. Like, even almost probably even more so.
That's kind of what you need, but yeah. I do think they view them both as kind of interchangeable in the offense, though. And that's basically Tootin Rodriguez, could be Jonathan Brooks Hubbard, and like just the same thing. Algier and Connor, like all those backfields could be very similar to where like those guys are just the interchangeable pieces, and it's very frustrating.
Keaton Mitchell shared in an interview on The Lounge that he had the nickname Roadrunner after his sister made a highlight video for him with Roadrunner side effects. Sick. I mean, the lore on this guy, how much better can the lore get? A running back coach compared him to Quadre Ismail, a name I've not thought about.
Yeah, the missile. Yeah. He was the missile.
He was. Oh, man. Corain had a really good bit when we were doing a show 2 weeks ago. He said, we're actually going to do more main event teams than we had planned, so that we are going to have more shares of Keaton Mitchell that I am then forced to cut in week 4 when the bye weeks start. He's like, I'm going to make you go through every roster and start to sit this guy, start to cut this guy. All right. We are up in 3 picks. We have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. I mean, where
does Kyler usually go? You have the better feel for kind of where these are going.
This is right. Okay. Where he goes. He is. Maybe we could push him around the turn, but 2 of the guys behind us only have 1 quarterback.
Let's take him, because there's no one else jumping on the board. Let's at least just get him.
Correct. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I'll be very curious, kind of what happens with all of these ADPs and just like general texture of the rooms when it's not just the sweatiest nerds drafting. It'll just be, right. It's always kind of funny how things start to look, at the end of July, the start of August, when you have people who have new and independent thoughts that have not been echoing around for the last 6 months or whatever. I don't know if that'll make the quarterbacks more or less expensive. I mean, obviously quarterbacks tend to be a little bit more expensive in home league type stuff anyway. So we'll see. All right. We probably need to take a running back here. Reebs.
Where does Jonathan Brooks usually go in these?
About the 13th round. 145 is his ADP. He's been a very steady riser the entire time.
He's actually my next highest running back.
Well, okay. Well, I will earmark him.
Okay.
Between Jadarian Price, Sharbs, or Pollard, who do you have the highest?
Pollard, but he can be on a different team in a week.
Well, that I think is fine.
It's probably
right?
You're actually right. That's probably a pro if that's the case.
At this point, it's probably a pro. Yeah.
He's probably actually a really good pick in this area because he either hangs on and he's just doing the same thing he did last year, or he's on a new team as the wide receiver one. Actually, that actually probably pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there are multiple places he could go where I think he would lead the backfield in fantasy points. A pretty interesting one is what happens if he just goes back to Dallas and he's the running back too with Javonte. I mean, he's like a really high end handcuff at that point. I would be pretty into it. But I don't know. Are the Titans going to take Love, man? Are they going to take Love at 4?
I mean, this is as tight-lipped of a season there's been. Like, nothing is really tipped. It's a very defensive heavy draft. I mean, I believe it would be egregious. I think Jadarian Price is one of the most egregious rookie draft picks there is, so I'm definitely not going to like him in these. So, I mean, I already did that show with you where we talked about Jadarian Price. I'm just not in on this type of player, a 200-pound back that can't pass pro and has no receiving experience and is fumbled on the highest rates. I just can't believe that this guy could ever possibly go at pick 32 in the real draft. I feel like that's just the biggest lie that anyone's run with the entire offseason.
I don't really get it, but I guess it's because I'm not a film guy. So just the concept that this guy, his prospect profile, you know who he kind of reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of Trey Benson, where he got injured as a freshman, never was a clear starter. I mean, he played even less than Trey. I think Trey Benson ended up with like 350 touches in college or something over 4 seasons. At Jadarian Price, even less than that. I mean, he is explosive, right? I think he had 21.
Yeah. Oh, he's an awesome kick returner. He's amazing. Like, you get him in space. Like, but with him coming in lighter and less of a measured athlete, I think was pretty much a big red flag paired with his profile. I think the best outcome for him is he's Kenyon Drake adjacent. I mean, like, Kenyon Drake was behind.
Kenyon Drake adjacent is so bad, man.
Kenyon Drake gave us 3 good fantasy years. He was behind Big Dog the year Big Dog won the Heisman. That's why he didn't have any college touches. It's very similar. It's a very similar layout. He ended up going I think in the 3rd round that year of that draft, but was a top 100 pick still. That's kind of where he should be. Like, he should sniff round 1. He'd be one of the most egregious round 1 picks ever. Like, in NFL history, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people are saying the Seahawks might take him at 32.
I don't buy it, man. I just can't buy it.
Yeah.
And John Schneider typically doesn't. He doesn't give an F what anyone thinks, but that team, they need pieces. They need to restock on edge rushers. They need to restock on defensive backs. They lost starters on the back end this year. So I don't know. I think they're going to have better options than forcing running back at 32 in this draft class.
Yeah, I tend to agree. All right, we are up at pick 129. We only have one tight end.
We're getting a Conquo though, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Which one should we take? You know what, Reebs? Let's do it. Let's take Jonathan Brooks. You had the take. I'm with it.
I assume Addison's not there, right?
Yes. Addison is like a 9th rounder. Addison went. Where did he go? He might have went early in.
Oh, he went 9-4. I see. He's at 9-4.
There you go. Pick 100 there for him. That's early on Jonathan Brooks, but I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Because with Jonathan Brooks, it's either binary, right? It's either he's healthy, he's good to go, he still has it, or he's going to be behind Trevor Etienne because his knees and his legs don't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I feel like when we're drafting though in August, he's gonna be probably in the RB30, closer to RB30.
Well, it'll be either he's back and looking good at training camp, and Dave Canales is talking him up, and Bryce Young's like, "Oh, it's so good to have him back there," whatever. Or it's he suffered a setback, and we're not sure we're gonna be able to get him on the field. Whatever. Let's see. Do we need to take Chig here, or can we push
No,
it?
we can't. It can't be right.
No. No, we can take a wide receiver, though. A wide receiver, or do you like Chris Rodriguez or JCM or Mike Washington Jr.?
Not particularly, but I'm not against it. We don't need a running back though, right? We've got 4 good ones.
Running back gets thin quick. You know what? Let's
But
do.
but we got 4 solid ones. We can just throw bullets.
Yes, I took Jalen McMillan because I just don't have very much of him, and whatever, it's fine. Here's a little wrinkle. You actually would not want to take Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and Tony Pollard together on too many of these teams in the pre-draft stuff, because one of them is guaranteed to lose their job. So you're betting against the other one, right? Because if the Commanders take Jeremiah Love, we'll never hear Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt again. If the Titans take Jeremiah Love, Pollard, I guess, could end up in a better situation, but probably not.
And even as a JCM, bro, it feels pretty much like we ran as hot as we could last year.
Oh, well, I mean, he was the running back 3 in week 17. Not sure the haters are ever going to get over that one. The haters were loud, and they were Legion Reebs, and the haters were fucking wrong. They were really wrong. Honestly, I think the Giants taking Love would be the worst of all the potential teams to take him, because the Giants have already lived this experience. Like a bunch of people in that building and the ownership have already lived this experience of what happens when you take this transcendent running back talent when you're shaky and have a lack of talent I guess they have a good defensive line and they have neighbors, so maybe they were more talented than some of those Barkley teams. But I like Jackson Dart and he's fun, but I'm not certain that Jackson Dart is.
The Giants were a lot better though than people realized last year. They just blew a shitload of 4th quarter leads. Like they were a lot better team than I think they got credit for until the end of the year when Kafka was just like pissing down his leg. But
Yes.
they were I think they lost like 6 games that they were ahead in the 4th quarter, something crazy. Like they were a lot better though than people thought, and gave them credit for. But they need defense, man. They need a lot of defense players. Plus, we don't know if how healthy Neighbors is going to be at the start of the year. You lose Wandale. I feel like they're definitely live for a wide receiver, but it could be also they have because what do they have, 37 at the top of the round 2? They have 2 top 10 picks and then 37, so they could get a wide receiver kind of in that area as well.
They're definitely live for a wide receiver. I just took Chig at pick 153. That's just right about where he goes. I haven't drafted or kept up at all this pre-draft contest. Give me a quick spill on what I've missed. Running backs go earlier than you've ever imagined they would. Quarterbacks are like the only picks in rounds 8 and 9. Rookie wide receivers are the lottery tickets at the end. And when you get to the end of running back, you just look at it and you're like, this is a freaking wasteland, man. Like after like Keaton Mitchell goes, I'm like, I literally don't. I can't even tell myself a story about any of these guys. I mean, Woody Marks, I guess, maybe. Connor, Singleton. I don't know.
I mean, you're just throwing darts at some of the guys you hope to get a run out of.
We have Garrett Wilson, so we should take Geno here.
I mean, he's definitely not playing 17 games.
He's definitely not playing 17 games. Yeah, there's a 0% chance of that. Maybe I think Geno, you need like 3 good random spikes out of him before Drew Aller starts. I mean, isn't Drew Aller the most 3rd round New York Jets pick of all time?
I mean, listen, one guy that I hear getting talked about that's going to start games this year and it's probably on a different team is Will Levis. Like I could see Will Levis making some Jet starts this year. but they're definitely going to take some dude if they don't do that. Will Levis is getting traded during the draft, and it's going to be some team where he's going to get to compete against the Geno type.
I mean, is he like? Is Will Levis even one of the ones who's interesting? Like, isn't like Tanner McKee is going to get traded? I think, but I don't know. I guess I kind of forgot Will Levis existed. I'm going to be
well, he's out all last year, but I think he'll probably get moved. The Packers feel like a big Will Levis destination. They love like reclamation, old
They
first
do.
round
They
pick
do.
dudes.
Yeah.
Like they have
No, so
Ritter.
true.
They have Ritter there now. They had Malik Willis after they traded for him.
Deshaun Kaiser.
He feel like Will Levis feels like a Packer.
That's really good, Reebs. That actually is a great call. If there was a way for me to bet that exacta somewhere, I would.
Guy.
Yeah, he really does. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I guess we honestly probably feel pretty fine like across positions. We have 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Daniels, Barkley, ETN, Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Chris Godwin Jr., Tyler Warren, DK Metcalf, Kyler Murray, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Jalen McMillan, Chigakonkwo for our stack, Gino with the stack. So we've got all of our stacks cleaned up. Travis Hunter is still there here in the 170s.
Is this usually where he's fallen to?
I mean, he's going, buddy, in this economy, he's going after Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Isaac Tesla when it pick 158, and Travis Hunter is still sitting there.
So who is the like Keenan Allen of this year? Which of these free agents that still hasn't signed yet is the Keenan Allen of this year? Is it Tyreek? Is it Deebo?
It just depends how healthy Tyreek is, right?
Right.
I mean, Hunter is there. I do like Hunter. Trey Harris, Trey Tucker, Tyreek Hill. You gotta lean on any of these.
I don't know. I don't have any positive. We did. You took Gino. You might as well take Mason. Do we do Mason Taylor? Do we throw another? Do we?
You know what? I did take Mason Taylor, and I'll tell you why. Because the third tight end on all my teams on DraftKings is Gunnar Helm or Terrence Ferguson. So it's good for me to mix it up. It's good for me to do something different.
I don't mind Gunnar Helm.
Here's one I cannot abide. Jalen Naylor going ahead of Travis Hunter is just like that to me, that spits in the face of everything that I know about fantasy football. I cannot get on board with this, man. It's unacceptable to me.
Well, they're going to add
Naylor.
They've they've had a ton of visits with receivers. So they're definitely going to take one, maybe at the top of round 2.
I mean, they should, right? I don't know why they wouldn't. They're probably going to take.
Because they drafted 2 last year, they decided not to play.
Well, they're gonna take one of Mendoza's teammates, right? Surratt or Omar Cooper. Probably can't even take Omar.
Well, they can't take Omar Cooper Jr., who's now like firmly entrenched as like a mid first round pick. He's like minus 1,200 to be a first round pick, which is crazy to think about.
Bananas.
It puts this draft into context. I like Omar Cooper too. Don't get me wrong with that. Just like in a prototypical year, like this guy would be like a borderline round 1 pick, probably more of a firmer day 2 pick.
Any of these running backs doing anything for you?
Not really, unless you have a firm stance at throwing a dart on any of these guys. It'd just be like you hope Singleton hits, or you hope Kamara's
it's literally hoping that NFL teams know that he's like a 9.9 RAS guy, and that instead of taking Mike Washington Jr., they should just take Nicholas Singleton, because Singleton had, I mean, not great production, but still better production than Mike Washington Jr. did.
Yeah, at a better program, at a bigger school, and at a younger age. That's why it was hard for me to put Singleton below Mike Washington. It was like I can't do it.
He's just going to end up with insane draft capital, Mike, for his profile. Mike Washington.
Oh, absolutely. Jr. I mean, and I get it. But yeah, I would love to see because the Bears are drafting a running back. I saw someone in chat put something further because the Bears are Swift's in a contract year. Ben Johnson loves that tandem backfield. Like that'd be a great spot for him to just come in and run strikeout type runs. Let Monangai do the dirty work.
Yeah, the Bears feel like a team that is pretty live to add a running back.
They are. And the Vikings, the Vikings are adding a running back for sure. The Bears, I think, are a good bet. I think the Bengals are a good bet to add a running back.
Which running back would the Vikings add that would make you most excited, given where they are likely to draft a running back?
Yeah, it probably someone that has more of a 3-down profile, maybe like a K-Tron Allen type, because both those guys probably aren't on the team next year, Mason and Aaron Jones. So someone that can handle a higher workload, like K-Tron Allen, I think that'd be a great spot for him. He can just take over for Jordan Mason on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
But one of those guys can get
that.
there and have that job is one that's where it's going to look terrible year one, but that player could have a really strong 2027 value.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
And it might even open up in season, but who knows?
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, Mason, like they actually seem to sour on Mason.
Well, they gave him a shot to
like
kind of run. He had a shot to kind of take over more of the workload when Aaron Jones was hurt early in the year.
And he failed.
And he was okay. To be fair, the offense was terrible, right? Like
yes.
that the offense was bad. So these guys could have a better run out if just, Kyler is more functional and the offense is better. But I would be surprised if both those guys are still even on the team next year.
Yeah, I would also.
They're both unrestricted free agents. So
all right. We need a wide receiver dart. Jeremy Bernard, Branch, Ted. You want to take Ted Hurst?
Oh yeah, we could probably. Definitely not the
little Ted Hurst.
Your boy Zachariah Branch. How much more did Zachariah Branch moves up the Chiefs board with off-field issues?
Dude,
now he's a gadget player with off-field issues. Like this is the Chiefs' dream.
A fast gadget player who got in legal trouble right before the NFL draft. I mean, that is you might as well start looking at property downtown in Kansas City, brother. Wow, Jayden Blue just went in this economy. We just got Jayden Blue.
I respect the hustle.
I do not. Katron, Braylon Allen. I actually like Sean Tucker, Reebs. I think Sean Tucker, great fantasy football player named Rich Rebar told me, I just want to get a bunch of touchdowns on my team. Sean Tucker's going to score some tuds.
He could. I don't mind. It's a new regime is the one thing that scares me. It's a new coaching staff, a new offensive coordinator again. It's Baker's running the Jalen Hurts game plan where he just doesn't get the same OC back-to-back years.
Yep.
And they originally didn't tender Tucker. So like those two things make me say like, all right, is he as locked in as a goal line back as the end of the season kind of run out was? Because Kenneth Gainwell, I think people forgot about Kenneth Gainwell's kind of breakout last year. It's like he was thought of as a good prospect. And like a good running back.
Oh yeah. He was like coming out of Memphis, he was kind of in the same tier of like a Pollard, Darrell Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were all teammates together. Easy to forget that now. But yeah, Gainwell was viewed as a good player.
And they immediately signed him right when free agency opens up. But I just don't know if Tucker's as locked in to the role that people believe he has because the way the rotation was at the end of last year. Because like I said, the new regime.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's fine to throw a dart in round 18 and maybe getting a luck box into 8+ touchdowns.
Well, so where I land on it is probably different than most of the fantasy football community because I didn't really like Bucky as a prospect and was not surprised to see a 187-pound guy struggle with injuries his second year in the NFL. So I it's fun. I was saying this to Crane the other day. I was like, on a long enough timeline, I was proven correct about Bucky. Turns out he actually was a shitty prospect, even though he actually wasn't and was so good as a rookie.
What's funny is we're gonna live through an era where we have so many comps to Bucky Irving now. We're gonna have so many like dudes that are like, this dude's the next Bucky Irving.
Yeah. Yeah, he is going. We've done
it, yeah. Like Kyren Williams and Bucky Irving are the two guys that are going to live now as like pre-draft comps for like guys that are like, well, this guy's going to go for sure on day 3, but he could be the next Bucky Irving.
It's going to become shorthand for bad RAS, high production, like good like high receiver workload, or whatever, high workload. Although Kyren, I think, is at least like 210. I don't think that could be wrong.
Kyren, he was I think he was 203, like 202, 203 in that range at the combine.
Okay. So still not great.
He's one of the few smaller guys that have actually like hung on and like been a good pass protector.
Yeah, I mean, bad news for Emmett Johnson boys out there.
I think Emmett Johnson's fine. I think the NFL likes him a lot less than the fantasy community, which again worked out for Bucky Irving. So.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, I mean I would just be very curious to know, like, did he try and get skinny to run fast at the combine? Maybe because he didn't look that small to me. I don't know. Okay, we need another wide receiver dart, Reebs. We could take Keon Coleman, Zachariah Branch. I don't, dude. It is so dark. You got any wide receiver darts for me?
Now Jahan Dotson. I don't know. Is he got?
Oh my god, dude, that is foul.
But it makes sense though if you think about it.
You know what? Jacoby Lane. Jacoby Lane is one of is.
Oh, you're gonna run. We have. They're gonna have a rookie receiver for sure too. We should have tried to take a rookie and tried to luck box and do a backward stat.
No, not Jalen Lane. Jacoby Lane. USC.
Oh,
Jacoby Lane. Yeah.
Yeah, because Commanders are definitely drafting a rookie. We should have threw some darts maybe on some guys that just try to get the luck box into some BS stack.
Well, we got two, so we're drawing live there. What about running back darts? Najee, Caleb Johnson. You leaving any light on for Caleb Johnson?
No, not with them bringing in Dowdle.
Devin Neal.
I can get on board with what'd you say? Just Najee, and hopefully he just lands in some.
Najee could do it, man. If Kareem Hunt.
Oh yeah, we could have taken Treylon Burks. We could have taken Treylon Burks. Chat.
Man, is he really relevant? I guess they did make a purposeful attempt to re-sign him. He is on the Washington football team. I don't know. Where are you at on the Jayden Daniels experience? Is he too skinny, unlucky?
Oh no, I want all the commanders. I want all the commanders, dude. Like I am so David Blau on this Ben Johnson coaching tree, dude. Like this, he's got 33 career snaps through 2 years in the NFL under center. We saw Ben Johnson come in immediately with Caleb Williams, who never played under center. Got him running play action motion. So because Jayden Daniels has run no snaps under center, he's basically been in the bottom half of the league in play action rate, pre-snap motion rate. Like all this is going to change. I think this coaching tree, I'm very interested in him and Declan Doyle, who went to the Ravens, and Declan Doyle also worked for Sean Payton. So I'm very interested in those two guys because this is going to be the new McVay tree, right? Like the Ben Johnson coaching tree is going to be, I think, is a shot to be like the new McVay tree. And year one, Ben Johnson, I'm so Ben Johnson pilled that I'm there for it. But I didn't know. Did Jahan Dotson get drafted? I just want to touch on that take for a second of like why like round 18 through round 20. I mean, he's an ex-first round pick. Got traded for and was just buried behind A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in an offense that doesn't really play a third wide receiver. But the 2 times he actually got a chance to play, he led the team in targets. Remember last year, people were trying to play like Darius Cooper that week in DFS. It's like
I do remember that, yeah.
And Jahan Dotson came off and had like 9 targets. It's just like, and the year before the same thing happened. So like that these XGMs still they're like, oh, I had a higher grade on him that year he came out. Now he's available. Maybe he was in a bad spot. So maybe he has a shot to play next to London and Kyle Pitts. They don't really have anything else. They don't have a lot of draft equity either because they traded away their first round pick. So like maybe he hangs on and just runs a lot of routes on a team that isn't going to be good, right? And he's just by default on the field a lot. So
don't the Falcons just like absolutely need to take a wide receiver?
But the thing is they don't have a lot of picks. They have like they have some of the least draft capital of any team in the NFL this year. So they do need a wide receiver for sure. Oh, the other thing about the Falcons that's really crazy is, dude, all of their superstars are on the last year of their contract. All of them.
Schefter just said this morning they're like, oh yeah, we trade Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, well, Bijan needs a new contract. Drake London needs a new contract. We also don't even know if they have a quarterback. They've got 2 offensive linemen on expiring contracts. It's like the worst setup ever for them, which is crazy. Yeah, Matthew Bergeron's in the final year's contract. Ryan Newsill's in the final year's contract. Both starters for them. They're in a shitty spot. If you're a Falcons fan, like they're in a real shit spot.
Well, and what's going on? Because didn't they trade a future first for their defensive
end James Pierce,
who maybe committed?
I think we're not going to see him. It's it feels like a Henry Ruggs situation.
Yeah, but no, I guess it's April and nothing's happened yet. I mean, I guess the wheels of justice turn slowly, probably particularly for NFL players. But
they could be a spot that still lands a Debo or something like that too, like one of these guys that are floating around and hanging around. Njoku's still out there. Where's he usually go?
And Stefanski too is the Falcons coach, so pretty easy that he could follow him there. I mean, we could definitely see him go to the Ravens, I think, where he went on a visit. I mean, the Ravens could be one of these teams. The Ravens could take they could take Justin Jolly, they could take Sam Roush, they could take John Michael Gillenborg or whatever.
I mean, this
Like,
draft is no shortage of move tight ends. Like, if you need a 6'3", 240-pound guy that maybe can't block but catch some passes, this is the draft for you. Like, this is it.
are you pro or anti Stowers?
I'm pro because I feel like anyone drafting him, like all of us from the outside that know litter box football, understand that he's not going to be an asset in the run game. So I feel like anyone drafting him also understands that. So they understand what they're buying. Now, rational coaching is something we do overvalue very often. But I would have to believe if someone's taking a guy like Eli Stowers, they understand what they're buying in the first place.
Yeah. All right. Well,
he would be great. Like, he would be great as a Denver Bronco. Like, Eli Stowers as a Denver Bronco would be absolutely perfect.
I made this comp yesterday. Eli Stowers would be the new Kobe Fleener, where he would look great every time he got the ball. It'd feel like he's always wide open. And then you go back and you look at your box score, you look at your stats for the week, and you're like,
it's possible.
He ran 11 routes.
It's real possible.
He had 3 for 30 and a touchdown on 11 routes. What is Sean Payton? What is he doing? It's insane.
So do the other guys get drafted? Like, thinking about some guys in the back here. So LeQuint always gets drafted, right?
Not 100%. He gets drafted, but I wouldn't say even in 20-round drafts, he doesn't get drafted 100% of the time. Because I think the thought would be, realistically, what is the upside for LeQuint Allen? It's like he's already Dare Ogunbowale or whatever. You know, like I don't think any team. Like, what would have to happen for him to lead the Jaguars in rushes for a week? I don't know. Some crazy stuff would have to happen. Denard Robinson, I think, would come back. It's thin at the end at running back, and it's kind of always like that in not even just in pre-draft stuff, but in like even when we're drafting in June, you know, because we don't know the running back 2 is going to be for some of these teams. Like we don't have
some spots are open. I mean, we talked about some teams that were probably going to draft running backs. We didn't include the Ravens. The Ravens are a team that's probably going to draft a running back.
I mean, they got nothing. They got my guy Rasheen Ali and Justice Hill, and that's it.
Yeah, Rasheen Ali.
Yeah,
they're definitely a team I believe adds.
Yeah, the Ravens, right. I mean, they have a lot of needs. I mean, they kind of need wide receivers too. I don't know. They got
the Ravens are in a real tough spot.
They're in a real tough spot.
Well, they just lost so many snaps, especially on offense. It's not like they lost like key players where like you look at the names they lost and you're like, oh, like that's gonna crush them. But they just lost so many guys that were just in that ecosystem at once that they've got to just replace a huge number of offensive snaps.
How many snaps combined did Keaton Mitchell, Charlie Collar, and Isaiah Likely play for the Ravens last year? You know,
and Ricard,
and
he came back middle of the season, but you know, was another guy that, you know, they lose a lot of snaps.
And now they're having to do it all on the fly.
And they have offensive line issues too. Like they've got offensive line pieces to replace. So yeah, they're in an interesting spot. And the defense needs pass rush. You know, I know they added Hendrickson, but they still need more pass rush too. Ravens are they're still like the outright, like the screaming favorites for the division and pretty high up in AFC odds. But like, to me, the best value right now is the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos entering the draft have the best roster in the NFL. And the best roster doesn't always win, but I think front to back, they have the most complete roster.
Come on, man. Come on.
You're
coming into my own private domicile and you're saying the best bet on the board is the Denver Broncos to win the division.
Well, I came into your house last year and told you the worst draft pick in fantasy football is Xavier Worthy. So,
okay, he tore his labrum on the first play of scrimmage for the year.
I gotta take the dubs I got, man. I listen. Things just have manifest destiny as the way of working out. I can't tell you,
Andy. Honestly, I really mean this. This is me being as real as I can possibly get. This is not me being biased. This is not me standing for my guy. I completely believe Andy Reid and the Chiefs coaching staff when they say there was just nothing we could do with this guy. He had a freaking torn labrum. He weighs 175 pounds. He couldn't run a full route tree, but our option,
he couldn't run a full route tree.
Well, what are they going to do? Take him off the field? I mean, I guess who would it have even been? I mean, Taekwon, what they should have done, and this was a very frustrating thing that Andy did last year, was what they should have done was reconfigure on the fly. No more Juju. You got to get Taekwon on the field. You got to get him. You got to clear some space. You got to be using the fact that you're punishing teams with Kareem Hunt. You got to like reinvigorate the deep passing, and they didn't at all. Like Taekwon was their most effective player, and they didn't play him.
Dude, they have to get an actual wide receiver on this roster, like an actual wide receiver. Nobody respects their wide receivers. That's why like Pat's man coverage rate has gone up every year. And they've started like teams just don't respect their receivers being able to beat them. What are you going to do? Bleed us with 100 Rashee Rice paper cuts? By all means, do it.
What a great time for Jakob to join, just right in the middle of us just I do want to give you some credit though. I was on with you I think 3 years ago, and we talked about the Chiefs roster, and we're like, this is eventually going to be a problem for them if it continues on this trajectory. You look at the Chiefs roster right now entering the NFL draft, dude, they have holes everywhere. They have two good players. and one of them is 30 and the other one is 32.
That's why they still want to trade down from 9. Like, it makes sense to get more picks. Picks.
There was the rumor, Reebs, that they were trying to trade up. And I immediately did the Shane Gillis gun gif. If they trade up from 9 to 3 from one of these guys, no, we're not doing it, dude. We reject it. We shut it down. It's not happening. No chance.
Who would it be? Happen. Bailey? They would have to hope Bailey.
It would be one of the, right? It would be whichever one the Jets don't take. But Bailey, I'm telling you, it would be so phenomenally dumb. You're in a championship window. Who cares that Mesidor's 30? Just take him. What, like, if you're really that hard up, just take him. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's why the Cowboys trade up rumors happen. Because I think the Cowboys at 12 want one of those defenders that they can't get. Like
the Chiefs probably can get Bain at 9. I mean, maybe they don't want Bain at 9, but I think that's on the table. I think they should take him. I think that'd be a great pick for them.
Yes, the Chiefs should take someone who weighs 300 pounds, whether it is Fano, whether it is Bain, it doesn't matter. Just someone who's 300 pounds, either side.
That's the criteria.
Literally, dude. If they take Mansour Delane after letting all their
trade up for Jeremiah Love.
One of the talking heads, I don't remember if it was Schrager.
I saw
or
one of
Jeremiah.
The insiders say that the Chiefs should trade up for Jeremiah Love, and I was like, I can't imagine anything dumber.
I saw one of them just straight up mock Jeremiah Love at 9, like even fully knowing that Kenneth Walker is on the roster, and I was just like, I mean, if someone inside the Chiefs building is even thinking that and putting that out in the ether, dude, just kill me now. Kill me. Like, what is even the point of any of this?
But man, dude, they really do have, like, when you look at their roster, they probably have like 7 or 8 starters you feel good about, like, combined on both sides of the ball.
Name them, dude. Name them. You got Pat,
and you still have Rice.
I mean, Kelsey
Creed,
for this year, but
you
certainly not for the future.
You still have Creed. And why is the guard eluding me? What's the name that they have?
The guards
Smith.
are not
Trey Smith.
But his ankle's wonky now. He got a high ankle last year and had to have surgery on it. He might not be good anymore.
And defensively, it's like kind of Chris Jones when he cares. And then, like, not even really the secondary anymore, right? I mean, they lost Watson and McDuffie.
Name a Chiefs defensive back. I mean, who's even left on the roster at this point?
Dude, them being the favorites for the AFC West and high, like it's the cachet that they're getting godfathered right now is wild to me.
Not for me, dog.
Hey. I'm going to remember all of this. I just want you guys to know I'm cataloging this. I'm putting it away. I'm marking it down.
Counting the demise of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, Bo Nix, dude. Yeah, I'm terrified. Oh, my God. It's Bo Nix's division now, bro. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are going to win this division by 3 games.
The only thing wrong with that sentence is you didn't include the word if. Because anytime you discuss the Chargers or Justin Herbert, you have to make it a hypothetical situation.
If they stay healthy, the Chargers.
There you go.
David,
Okay.
is this the finally the year you entertain Justin Herbert being decent at football?
I will absolutely admit that playoff winless Justin Herbert is decent at football. He absolutely is decent at football.
They have Keaton Mitchell on that roster.
Dude, there is a chance that my most drafted player in Best Ball Mania 7 and in the DK Millie this upcoming season is a Charger, which would be an all-time topsy-turvy situation. Okay,
Davis,
Reebs.
I don't know if you saw them, but I posted my slows closed, so I posted my big board exposures. Would you care to guess who my most drafted player is?
People are in the chat right now wanting you to explain and wanting us to talk about.
I haven't seen it, but can I guess?
You can. You can. It's fucking insane.
I would guess Breece Hall.
No, it's Dontavian Wicks.
Okay, well, Wicks,
that's like a low pick.
Wicks is very good. But there people are saying you have 22% of Jordan Mason.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's a best ball guy.
What's wrong with that? He's goes at pick 120. He's probably the starting running back for the Minnesota Vikings.
No, dude, come on. Aaron Jones is a starting running back for the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, then take Jones. I mean, they're both good.
And
picks.
then it's gonna be, and then in week 10 it's gonna be Jayden Ott. In which case we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Probably. I mean, probably not. I don't know. It's the exact same backfield. I mean, maybe they had a rookie, but they're not adding Love, and I'm betting against any other rookie in this class doing anything this year. So
I don't hate Jordan Mason at all.
It's the exact same backfield that they had last year with probably a way better quarterback, and we were drafting them in round 7 and 8 last year, and now they're available in 11. So yeah, I think they're totally cromulent best ball picks. I mean, it's kind of similar to the JCM White picks, but with way less risk of Jeremiah Love attached. Although I don't think Love is making it to 7 tonight, but or tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
whichever.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty in on them in best ball.
And which would be a great blessing in disguise for them.
Reebs, you are more than welcome to hang out for this draft, but you can also leave if you would.
No, I don't want to step on Jacob's window here. He'll definitely draft better receivers than we just got.
Okay, well, tell the people where they can find you on draft night.
As I talked about the demise of the wide receiver 2 for 3 rounds while you made picks that I wouldn't have made.
Well, sometimes they're picks even I wouldn't have made, but sometimes you got to just
that's why I love it. I love coming out with you guys. But yeah, Sharp Football Analysis. I wrote up all the rookie class. You can go over check that stuff out. I'll be writing up the first round tomorrow and plugging these guys on the projections and rookie ranks this weekend. It's finally here. We can get these guys on some rosters. Look forward to you guys drafting a winner here.
We sure can finally get these guys on some rosters. Can't wait for Dion Burks to be a round 3 selection.
Hey, Harmon is in on Burks. You got one, man.
And Jacob's in on Jayden Ott.
Yeah, I am. I do like.
So
I
found
Jayden Ott. I mean, he's a priority waiver wire pick for me after rookie DraftKings. That's what I mean by I like Jayden Ott. But
wait for him to be a round 4 pick to the Dallas Cowboys.
And me and Davis have already done. I've done 2 rookie drafts that already happened. So
yes, I made no picks in that draft that we were in together, Reebs. I made 0 selections. I traded all my picks away in that league.
Yeah.
You started with Puka Nacua.
I did start with Puka Nacua at 1.6. I figured that one was.
I'll let you guys out of here, though. Jacob, good to see you for 5 minutes.
See you later, Reeves.
And that you are in the anti-Chiefs territory with me.
Chiefs Talk Radio. Someone took Walker at 3, so they are they're Jacob, I feel like there's actually a chance we're gonna end up aligning on a decent amount of extreme takes versus Pat and Pete this year. I think Walker is definitely gonna be one of them.
Love Walker.
Will be so. My guess is that FFPC
I don't
drafters
love him at 3 for what it's worth. That's a little high for me.
Don't love him at 3. I mean, in general, I think that probably FFPC drafters are going to be too low on Brock Bowers when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't stop me into taking Brock Bowers. The only thing is that I think I like. I mean, he's my most drafted tight end. I think I'm going to have a hard time being super aggressive on Bowers and McBride because I like Loveland just as much.
Oh, you know what? Sold. Fine. Good there.
Later. So
good there.
I like all of them, but I'm Loveland. I think is kind of where I'm planning my biggest flag at the tight end position. But I'm above market on Bowers, McBride. I'm really above market on Laporta too. He goes really
Burden. We're going to be able to.
Oh, certainly Burden. Yeah. I think though because my Burden exposure is not that high, but the reason for that is because he goes ahead of Loveland, which, to be honest, I just think is wrong. That won't be an FFPC issue.
True.
But then Smith has also been going there all offseason. And my priority for the pre-draft stuff has just been A.J. Brown was already a Patriot. I'm drafting Smith every time I can in the 4th. And then he's going to be going at the early 3rd post-trade. And then it'll open up the board for me to take a lot of Burden in the 4th.
I mean, Burden's. What if we have to take Burden in the 3rd?
I don't think that we're going to have to take Burden higher than we have. Like, what would change that would boost his price higher than?
Dude, I'm telling you, when big fantasy football gets involved here. Okay, wait, we're up real quick. London, Bowers, Rashid, Chase Brown, Chase Brown,
Hampton
or Derrick
is, like,
Henry.
Not my favorite of the running backs, but that's probably who I would take here. But we could do a different.
No,
I mean,
Hampton.
To be honest, I would have just taken Christian McCaffrey at pick 106.
Really?
Yeah, I've been McCaffrey and Taylor ahead of Puka and JSN for the most part.
JSN, I already get the regression argument. Like I'm totally cool with it. If you want to say JSN's more like a 1-2 turn pick, I'm fine with that. I don't. What's the bear case on?
It's just
Puka?
A construction thing. I have no bear case on Puka. It's just that I don't enjoy the running back clicks after like David Montgomery at all. And so I'm just trying to minimize my exposure to them. Like my ideal construction of a team is if I can start with 2 running backs out of my first 3 picks and then ignore running back for a while, maybe mix in a Montgomery in the 5th. But I'm also trying to like get after the tight ends. I'm trying to get after the quarterbacks early. And so I'm trying to I mean, maybe this will be different post-draft because I'm pretty content just hammering these rookie receivers that I think are really underpriced in the second half of drafts. So if that looks less
buddy, let me tell you, as a veteran of drafting in best ball spring versus best ball summer, those wide receiver, Jeremy Bernard,
Jalen Naylor,
you know,
is this gonna get thrown out?
They don't on DraftKings. They don't really get thrown out.
Okay. AJ?
Yeah, let's do it. Send it.
Or Henry? Yeah. Sure.
Honestly, it is very I have only ever had ones thrown out on DraftKings where everyone was auto drafting with no ranks put in. But it looks like everyone in this draft is either here and has made a click or has rankings in. And so it would be pretty unlikely for it to get thrown out. This is what drafting on DraftKings is like, honestly. Truly.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the Matador is up to here, but it's a pleasure to be drafting next to the Matador.
There's a promo in the lobby right now that it's like if you just enter into any DraftKings best ball contest, you get a DFS ticket. So
okay.
That's going to bring in. Yes, there are.
Matador.
If you have had any experience drafting in these DraftKings contests, you know that there are. There are just always shenanigans going on. I mean, they're just the amount of people who have the DraftKings app on their phone versus the Underdog app on their phone. I mean, I would guess it's 10-1 DraftKings versus Underdog. Truly, at the end of the day, so you just have you get to experience more of the populace, and you get to.
Fair.
Sadly, our team does not really look that good, even with Jalen Naylor going in the 3rd round, which is a little unfortunate. Sometimes you get a sick value as a result of it.
I mean, we probably did get a sick value. We just didn't take Derrick Henry.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, it's true. Yes, these are.
Gonna kill a Derrick Henry team.
Yeah, I mean, they like Scatterboo going at 2.8 does not even phase me. Really does not even phase me.
No, it really wasn't. It wasn't until the Jalen Naylor pull at the 3.5 that I started to have serious questions. But all right.
Yeah. I also had multiple DraftKings drafts thrown out last year, but it was because of what I said before, where it's very clear when you enter into a DraftKings draft, it says you have to either have custom rankings put in or make at least one pick. You have to actually click the button. And if you do not do one of those things, the draft gets thrown out because they don't want computers doing it.
Jam at 10. We do know who the backup
We
running back
we
is for
do
the Bengals.
we
His
we
name is
do.
Samaje Perine.
Yeah. Yes, his name is Samaje Perine. It is what it is. And he's just not really draftable, sadly,
I think he's
the
draftable.
thing.
I think he's draftable.
So I looked at his game logs yesterday. He played over 30% of the snaps in like 14 of their games and cracked double-digit fantasy points. God, would that really be the case?
I mean, most backup running backs are pretty useless if the starting running back doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get maybe round four
Tet
or Brees Hall.
Oh, we get Brees. I would be so excited.
Yeah, I mean, Perine is definitely okay. There you go, Tetaroy McMillan.
Ow. Yeah. All right.
It is a mortal certainty that Perine is the backup running back for the Bengals. It's just not a very fun one. It's just, it's just kind of one of those things. All right, so we got Puka, we got Omarion Hampton, we got AJ Brown, and we have Tetaroya McMillan. Oh, there you go. Quick Google search says I'm 4.8 DK users has got to be wrong. There's no way. No chance. All right, how many registered DraftKings users? How many registered DK users? There's got to be 4.8. Okay, well, hey, maybe I'm wrong. 4.8 million unique. Although this is old. This is from a 2-year-old CBS Sports article. Wow, saw someone take Andre Yoshivas today. That is really
yikes.
That's going tough. Back. That is going back in time. That is going way back in time. All right, we probably need to take structurally just one of these 5th round running backs. Your Montgomerys, your Judkins, your Tutenses. You got a particular favorite? I mean, are you a Montgomery?
Montgomery is my favorite if he can get there.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, he's there. There we go. All right, come on down, David Montgomery.
All right.
Yeah. My exposure list is so funny because it's like 75% the slappiest players you ever heard of, but then also page oneers for me are like David Montgomery. I have 40% exposure to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I mean, because Rodgers is a layup.
Yeah.
Right, like Rodgers is
he's
a
just
layup.
Clearly playing, right? Like I feel almost no risk that he's not playing. I mean, if that was a serious risk, wouldn't the Steelers have done something?
I mean, if your plan is Will Howard, you don't have a plan,
that's not
right?
the plan, right? Like if they felt like it was on the fence, like they would have signed like, I don't know, at least like Gardner Minshew or something.
I would say they maybe would have even brought back Russell Wilson.
Yeah, like there's all sorts of options. Like I struggle to envision that it's not just going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think about like Andy Dalton, maybe Tanner McKee, trade for Tanner McKee.
I mean, I guess there's things they could back themselves into, but I mean, they definitely would have signed Kirk Cousins if they weren't sure that Rodgers was coming back, I think. What's
Trubisky doing? Is he still the backup quarterback for the Bills? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bring back Mitch Trubisky.
No, he's on the Titans now. He's Cam Ward's backup.
Missed that one during the off season.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins pick 62. They're drafting off of. Was it you or Karain that's higher on Dobbins? You're much higher on Dobbins
by a lot. Not this high. I don't have him ranked in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I think he's even past my ranking now. He's steamed up so much on Underdog. I don't even think I'm ahead of the market on him any longer.
He's just one of those guys I never see in my app. He's just not. It's not really in my app. Kind of like how you've never seen DJ Moore.
Backs? Like if you're not getting to the J.K. Dobbins, the Jordan Masons, like who are your guys?
I mean,
You're not taking the guy. You're not like reaching on them round one. Like I assume, obviously, you're taking your Bijan, your Gibbs, but like, where are you getting your running backs?
I mean, Carnell Tate here, I think seems good.
That's fine with me.
Or Tate, or I guess we could take. Oh, I think Hurts might be gone.
Yeah,
Hurts is gone.
Well, I don't care about Hurts.
Oh, May. Oh, Drake May. Do you want to take? You want to do Drake May?
Yeah, let's take May.
There you go.
Yeah.
Where I'm getting my running backs is I'm taking a lot of Byshell Tootin. I'm taking a lot of Breece Hall. I'm taking way more of Jacobs, Kyron, and ETN than my fellow chasers.
Yeah, I don't take those guys. Yeah.
I'm taking Rico Dowdle. I'm taking Tyler Algier. I'm taking.
That's like Rico Dowdle, Tyler Algier. I couldn't possibly have less interest.
Valid.
That's
it's they're like, not very fun picks.
I'll take Dobbins over those two straight up easily. For me.
Over Algier and Dowdle.
Yeah.
I could entertain being wrong there. I think where I am having cognitive dissonance with J.K. Dobbins is that his workload is so close to being just rushes in between the 20s with no goal line and no pass catching work. Like it's very close.
But why would it be no goal line work?
Because they were even giving Harvey goal line stuff before Dobbins got injured last year.
Some passing, but like if they weren't handing it off to him sometimes he's just there for the drive, but he's never getting subbed in specifically for goal line work that I recall. He sometimes it would just be his drive and he'd stay in.
Tate is still here.
Tate,
feels like a jam.
One of the one of the rookies. Tate's great.
Although I'm workshopping, I'm workshopping my truth serum for Pete's video, and I think my truth serum is going to be Carnell Tate stinks, and I only take him to be cool with my fellow slappies, and I just don't really think he's that good.
I don't even have him that. I have him wide receiver 3 in the class, so I'm not like as high on Tate as I am on the other two, but I think they're all good. Now Tyson. Now I wish we just took the good one.
And it's going to be especially funny when Carnell Tate is a Brown and Tyson nuts out a good landing spot and the draft capital is like the same. Carnell Tate is Deshaun Watson's wide receiver 1. Where's he going in these drafts in a week's time?
I think he's totally fine where he's going. Honestly, I don't think the Browns is that bad. That's like
it's better than the Dolphins. It is better than the
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I'm co-opting your take.
I've mostly been just trying to just playing the ADP game with the 3 rookie receivers because I have the most Tyson anyways because he goes the latest. I have 24% Tyson pre-draft.
Yeah, same.
But if I've in rookie drafts for Dynasty, I'm probably taking Tyson. But we'll see. Landing spots could change that. If the Tyson Giant stuff is real, that's probably kind of a mid landing spot for Dynasty, but a really good one for best ball, I think, because you can hit the ground running if Neighbors is a little slow to start the season. I think that's a very fun seasonal landing spot. Kind of similar to Ibuka last year, where he starts the year off as a full-time guy because Godwin's not ready yet.
Could be. You know what I realized is I have just not done enough of these purposeful May AJ Brown stacks. There's a whole group of people in these contests who have 20% of this, and I don't.
For sure. I haven't drafted a single team with even the slightest thought that AJ Brown is not a Patriot. So every time, that's just been the driving philosophy of my drafts. I'm very high on May. I'm very high on Brown. Absurdly high on Smith. I'm trying to stack Brown with May.
BTJ here.
Spot. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I guess that's not the worst pick in the world.
There's really not a running back here to take.
No, there's not a running back. I guess we could do Herbert with Hampton, but that's probably not going to fly on this channel. So yeah, BTJ is fine.
I think the thesis is that
as soon as I said the H word, you just hammered that draft.
Well, honestly, I think the thesis, I think that Hampton and Herbert have anti-correlated ceilings. I think if Hampton is just easily paying off his price tag, we're probably not getting the superhero Herbert experience. And if Herbert is the guy you need there, Hampton is doing a lot of watching Kamani Vidal pass blocking.
Well, I think if we're taking Hampton in the second round, we're praying that Kamani Vidal is not doing a lot of pass blocking.
I have some very hand on shoulder. Please let me put my hand on your shoulder for that one. Kamani Vidal has now speed run his Samaje Perine experience. Like he's at that level now.
I mean, I'm mostly with you. I have not been taking. This is a rare Hampton team for me because he was the last one remaining of the tier of Walker, Barkley, Genty, Love, and those gang, and I have him last of that tier. So here he was the last guy standing, but yeah, I'm taking Barkley over him, Love over him, and Walker over him consistently. So I'll be pretty underweight on Hampton.
Man, I just realized we missed Stafford. If we fade 2 more picks, we're definitely going to take Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, we were never going to take Stafford in the 7th, so I'm also fine taking a naked Lawrence and backfilling that if we have Thomas. Let's do Lawrence over.
There you
Herbert.
go. We have Thomas, and there is a lanky 6'2".
We set up that stack.
Yeah, there's a lanky 6'2" corner waiting for us in about round 15.
We also don't have any tight ends yet, so I could make Brenton Strange one of our 3 tight ends pretty easily.
I mean, tight end is so great because you can just take Chigakonkwo, Terrence Ferguson, Gunnar Helm, call it a day, and you're like, all right, I got the tight end 4 with one of those guys. Don't know.
There's an exposure you probably like of mine. 20% Gunnar Helm.
You're such a ball knower, dude.
20% Gunnar Helm. It's and then this is what I'm saying about this, the slappy and the not slappy. It's like I have Loveland as my highest drafted tight end. I have 20% Gunnar Helm, and then I have 17% Evan Ingram.
That makes the Evan Ingram part is crazy. Like we saw the Evan Ingram experience.
He goes in round 20.
He
had
does
50 catches last year. Come on.
He does go.
Let's just be serious.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't co-sign that one.
Evan Ingram is like minus 290 to outscore Terrence Ferguson.
I would book that. I would book that at whatever the inverse odds are.
Oh, the vig at my book is pretty high. You can get plus 110.
I mean, I think there's certainly a chance that they end up scoring a similar amount of overall points, and Terrence Ferguson's best spike week is 100% more points than Evan Ingram's highest spike week.
Surely, yeah. Evan Ingram's spike week is 9.8.
Evan Ingram just repeats 9.8 points 17 times, finishes as the tight end 8, and has a below average advance rate.
He would have a great advance rate if he did that, I think.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't have enough sense of how.
I think for a round 20 tight end, I think that'd be pretty fantastic.
Next thing that Sack and Shady need to code up is the ability to like test that in the future. Like we need to sim a field. We're gonna sim a field with Evan Ingram with exactly 9.8 fantasy points in every single game. What would his advance rate be? We do need a tight end. Dalton Kincaid's available. Gadsden is available.
I'm looking at Jayden Reed at the top of the queue. Feeling pretty good about that selection.
We could take Jayden Reed. Normally,
I think Price is a pretty fun pick here too. We only have 2 running backs.
Yeah. Now, normally when I take a useless wide receiver in round 10, they have red on their jersey instead of green on their jersey. So, but it's basically the same thing.
All right, so we went Price. So that's we're at what? 3 running backs, 2 quarterbacks. We have 4 receivers or 5? 5?
We should have 5. Yeah, we have Puka, AJ Brown, Tedderoy McMillan, Carnell Tate,
2,
Brian
3,
Thomas Jr.,
5,
Jadarian Price.
And
And
Tyler in the chat asked for my Fannin exposure. It's 16%. I draft plenty of Harold Fannin.
I believe on both Underdog and DraftKings, my highest exposure player is the slappy tight end. Yeah, confirmed. 40% of this slappy tight end. 40 Eli Stowers. 40%.
Congrats. He's getting outscored by Evan Ingram, brother.
I had not checked until just now. 40% is pretty aggro. 40% is a lot of anyone.
Yeah, I can't even get. I'm just taking someone the early tight ends, and then Sam Laporta is not even actually going that early on Underdog at least. Going under here, man, So Goddard is of interest to me. We got Strange
Goddard
a little bit down the board. Reed and Concepcion seem like great picks here, and even your shitty scrub receiver is like an acceptable pick.
I think we got to take Goddard. Tight end is gonna.
Okay, all right, let's take.
Well, you know what? Pick one. Let's just take Jayden Reed. If we want to, we could take we could take 4 tight ends. So we can take 4 tight ends on this team.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, what a man! Around 11, Jayden Reed. Do I ever miss spending some time on DraftKings.com?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's like it comparatively
that 9.3 points per game he's gonna have this year. Oof,
yeah,
that
feels like shooting fish in a barrel. How are you doing in Shope's hockey pool?
Oh, I you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna log in right now. Okay, here we go.
Well,
I believe that's at hockeypools.com.
Yeah, I am not high in the standings, but because I took 6 Avalanche players and they've scored 2 goals. They've scored 4 goals through 2 games, and with McKinnon having 0.
I suspect I'm not doing great. To be honest, if I had to guess. Why can't I?
I would definitely co-sign a full Kincaid fade at this point. I just don't really know what you are hoping to get out of him. Like, I guess you are hoping he just really sun runs touchdowns in the postseason, but DJ Moore being there is bad for him. They're already talking about limiting his snaps. Like, I don't know a great way that this season goes for Kincaid. I mean, maybe he just is fully healthy for the first time in his career. That could be a very good season for him.
Yeah, I mean, you know that certainly that Dalton Kincaid has never been a player that I've been particularly interested in.
It's a bit of a bummer. He was on our best ever co-managed team.
It's true.
If only it was
as was I believe Kyron Williams and DJ Moore. So all my favorite players.
Correct on both counts. There, Kyron Williams was involved on that team. All right, Strange.
That would make sense here, I think.
Man, freaking Worthy is still there.
Need the tight end stacked up.
Goodness gracious, dude. How the mighty have fallen. Travis Hunter goes ahead of Worthy. This is painful, dude. It's just watching my boy tumble down the board. This Xavier Worthy is going to be he's going to be fine this year. It's contingent on Mahomes being healthy, or maybe people just really think they are taking one of Tate, Tyson, or Lemon, which is possible.
I just kind of think he stinks. And I've always thought he stinks, but I've always drafted him despite thinking he stinks. So I may as well draft him despite thinking he stinks in the 11th. You have the world's most annoying voice in your ear saying, dude, what if, man? Look at him. He's so fast.
Correct. Yeah.
It's correct.
I can imagine how difficult that would be to just be like, this guy freaking stinks, but every time I do a show, someone is telling me to draft him.
Correct.
I mean, I know my exposures are in inverse order of ADP. I have the most Tyson, then Lemon, then Tate, just because it's cost adjusted. I know that's how it works for me. Yes, Zach, this was a great line. My Stowers exposure matches his NFL route rate at about 40%, which is but those 40% of routes are going to look phenomenal. Man, Chig would have been a nice second tight end on this team. I fear we might be heading down Hunter Henry Road. Are there any running backs you think are draftable around here? Brooks, Coleman.
Oh, I love Brooks and I love Coleman. All right. So both of those guys.
Reebs was in on Jonathan Brooks. Reebs had Brooks ranked really, really high relative here.
Yeah, those are 2 of my highest drafted players, both of them.
I mean, just imagine.
That's like a range of running backs I'm actually pretty into. Is like JCM, Mason, Pollard, Brooks, Coleman, Price, kinda.
True. Yeah,
I like
Coleman.
I like Marks actually kind of too.
Oh God, that is the only way Woody Marks could get me to White Knight for him again would be to change the spelling of his last name, and put that name on his jersey to have his name spelled with an X at the end instead. Then he would get me back. I mean, he was my most drafted running back last year, Woody Marks, because it was just so obvious that the price was bad. And the whole time, every time I would take him, I'd be like, "This guy sucks," but you got to do what you got to do. So at least with Jonathan Brooks in this range, it's I don't know if he sucks. I think there certainly is a chance that he's got absolutely nothing left.
I did check, by the way. I'm just ahead of you. I'm tied for 17th place in Shope's hockey pool. My team name is the California Golden Slappies.
Beautiful. Yeah, I
kind of spread it out a little bit. I wasn't sure what the meta was. Like, I wasn't like traditionally. I've done a lot of these, but where it's like a draft. And so you're picking against other people, and you always want to, consolidate the team. But I was like, I don't know how deep I should go on the team, because I mean, conceivably, like, we've seen times now, not really so far this year, but like, we've seen the Oilers play like 2 rounds and Draisaitl outscore like the highest scoring player from the Stanley Cup playing team. So I wasn't sure, like, should I pick like 7 guys from Colorado? So I played it a little bit more spread. My highest scoring player for me right now, it seems to be Brandon Hagel, who's been very helpful to my squad as I look at my team. But I have Connor McDavid on my team, and he has 0 points for me, so hopefully he can step it up.
Oh God, tight end, man. We can just take Jonah Coleman, actually.
That sounds good to me. Yeah. And then we'll just deal with the tight end sore spot when we need to.
Yeah, I did 6 Colorado guys, and I also did.
I have 4.
I doubled up on the eastern side of the bracket. I did basically I said Colorado is not only going to win the Western Conference, they're going to win the Western Conference in eviscerating fashion. So I didn't do McDavid. I didn't do any of those guys, and I took 2 Buffalo, and I took 4 Canadians, I think, and I took The one that's going to mess up is I took the Ducks, and they let one slip through their grasp last night. That was tough.
Not the Ducks. Yeah, so I basically said ultimately it matters more what the teams do in the first round than it matters, how much your players score. But I took 4 each from Colorado and Carolina. I decided that's going to be my final. And then I took 3 Oilers. I took Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, because I just figured even if they play 2 series, I'm like, I bet they can figure it out. And then I took Tage just for Mike, basically. And I took 3 Tampa guys, and I tacked on a couple Dallas and a Vegas. I don't know, unless I'm not sure how many points everybody's going to get here if they. Well,
you wouldn't want to take any Dallas if you were taking multiple Avalanche players, because the most they could play is
right. But you're
games.
hedging a little bit. And I just don't think that some of these teams, I don't know that the 7th most valuable Colorado Avalanche, especially because its goals and assists don't count the same, so the defensemen aren't very useful because they're primarily assist driven. So with goals being 2 and assists being 1. I'm not sure that Devin Taves in 25 games is not outscoring Jason Robertson in 12.
How many empty netters? He might.
I don't know. He might.
No, you're right. Taves. I took Makar, but then I took forwards. I have Kadri and
took Makar too
on mine.
Yeah, so that's where I stopped. I didn't take the Kadri. I didn't take the Nichushkin. I took Natchez, McKinnon, Makar, and Nelson. No, they've done nothing for me.
Kings have had them.
The guys that have gotten all my points are my Lightning. I took Hagel, Gensel, and Kucherov, and they're scoring for points for me. That's also why I didn't go that deep on Colorado, because I don't know if you watch a lot of LA Kings, but there's no more miserable experience.
So obviously I really only watch Colorado play.
Their entire goal is to play 1-1 and pray for a power play and double.
It has been awful to watch. I watched the whole of the first game, and then actually I this is just how my life works. My son woke up last night at midnight, and I went to go put him back to sleep, and the Colorado game was still going. They were in overtime. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this for 10 minutes and then go back to bed. And I was like, oh, what am I watching, dude? This is horrible to watch. I did take Eli Sowers to pick 174, by the way. Yeah. Had to do it.
That sounds A-okay to me. The Kings, they did this all season. They only played 49 of their 82 games ended in regulation. The other, they had 13 overtime or shootout wins, and then 20 overtime or shootout losses, because they just, every game is 1-1. Like, they're just so.
That's got to be like,
disgusting.
is that a record for like roughly half your games? That's got to be a record.
So like, they're just, they're abysmal to play against. Like, Colorado will win, but they're not going to score much. All right,
Yeah.
so we need a couple. We need one more tight end at least. Probably need another running back.
Well, take your pick between Helm and Ferguson.
I like Helm. I like Helm the most.
Good. I mean, Helm certainly has a much greater chance to just open the year as the starting tight end.
He could be
like
the number 2 target on the Titans.
Straight up, yeah. Yeah, I in fact I would say that's maybe even likely at this point, depending on the health of Calvin Ridley's leg. I mean, I have no idea what his recovery process has been like. Yeah, I'm not a Colby Parkinson bro, but I could be wrong about that. I mean, Colby Parkinson, been in the National Football League for a long time. Jacob, Colby Parkinson has, and
he sure has.
8 touchdowns last year on, I believe, 54 targets. So you tell me, what's more likely to regress? Is he going to see more targets, or is he going to score fewer touchdowns?
I mean, I think he's going to see, I don't know. It's just the LA, if I'm betting on any LA tight end, I'm betting on Ferguson. He's the upside play, but I do think he has a pretty low floor. I think Ferguson on a team like this is fun. Like, if we go 3 tight, maybe even go 4 tight ends.
Oh, we should almost certainly.
Swing is pretty
I was going to say, we need a 4th tight end more than we need another wide receiver.
Here. I'm good with that. My concern has been, like, I have a lot of these early tight end teams where, like, if I'm taking Bowers, and I'm good with 2. Like, I don't want the second to be Terrence Ferguson. It's like, I already have my upside swing when I took Bowers or Loveland. Like, I want my tight end 2 to just be like Cade Otton. I just want like a guy who's going to get routes, who's going to fill in if my starting tight end misses 2 weeks. So it's why I get a little nervous with Ferguson, but on this team, he's a super fun guy to put into the mix.
I mean, yeah, you got to understand that a lot of these picks are going to be zeros anyway. Yeah, Jacob, how are you enjoying not going into the law office every day? Do you just feel? Are you struggling with like discipline? Like, are you waking up at like 11 in the morning and being like, "Fuck, man"?
I'm honestly, I mean, so far for the most part, no. Like, I had a rigid content schedule for myself that I wrote up in February, and like the end of the day, the articles came out on time. I don't have like a day-to-day, like, every day I need to spend this amount of hours writing, but it's more like I have each week I have like this is what I need to have written by the end of this week, and this is what need to be written by the end of that week. And then within that, I feel like I can be flexible, but it's nice. I haven't set an alarm in ages. So I'm just, for the first like week or so, I had like intrinsic, like I'd be lying in bed, like running through the filing deadlines that I had to deal with the next day. And then I was like, wait, I don't have that anymore. Like, I'm looking at my like 6 a.m. alarm. I'm like, don't need to set that anymore. And so, yeah, now I kind of just get out of bed when I want. I usually go for like a lovely walk with my coffee. I go down to the local public library and write the newsletter for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I go for a walk back home and either do a show or fire up some video games or go hang out with some friends. It's a pretty nice existence.
It is. We're working from home with no dependents is kind of an all timer. I took Singleton there.
Oh, no objections from me.
Yeah, no objections, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm very, very comfortable with that.
Yes, and I was doing the key thing, which I was ensuring that this was not going to be an Evan Ingram team. Which was the most important thing. I have taken Evan Ingram a couple times. When I get to the end of tight end and I need another one, and the top of the queue is Colby Parkinson, Jake Tonjes, Pat Freiermuth, I say, you know what? That's a time to take Evan Ingram. When it's like, what do I need? What is Jake Tonjes doing for me? Very little, if anything.
Yeah, that's I mean I have no interest in Jake Tonjes. So
Correct.
Basically, like my 20th round tight ends come down to, do I want to have fun and pick Max Clare, or do I want to be really boring and take Evan Ingram? And I rotate those back and forth on a pretty 50-50 basis.
Man, Max Clare. Wait, is Max Clare the fun one? You said Max Clare is your idea of fun?
Yeah, that is my idea of fun.
The idea, the concept of Max Clare being the fun pick for someone is a really good bit.
I don't understand your issue with Max Clare.
He would have been teammates with Deion Burks. They would have been there together. Yeah.
They would have. Let me look up the 2020. I actually, I know Clare was really productive for tight ends and Burks wasn't for wide receivers, but sometimes
you got to choose a dusty tight end for a Shedeur, Penix, or Ty Simpson.
Quarterback, mean?
Yeah, sorry, quarterback.
I'll go with Shedeur.
Wow. Okay. I think this is literally, I believe I've done about 700 pre-draft contests, and I believe that is maybe like the second or third time I've taken Shedeur Sanders.
I've taken him a few times because I'm above the market on Fannin and on Judy. So when I get down to it, I'm like often breaking the tie to like, oh shoot, like I didn't get Rodgers this time. And I already have a Brown or two, so I might as well. And I've mixed it a little bit, but I do like 3 Shedeurs for every 1 Watson, mostly because I think there's a very easy scenario for me to envision where Watson starts the year and Shedeur finishes the year. And I could also see Shedeur playing the entire year. It's hard for me to see why Deshaun Watson would be starting in week 15 through 17.
Man, we think there's a chance Shedeur starts the entire year.
Not a high one, but like how what would be the reason to start Deshaun Watson towards the end of this season, unless like the Browns are shockingly good, but I'm not predicting that. Like if you start Shedeur, I agree that like he's bad and he probably doesn't start the whole year, but like then who would you go to? Like maybe you go to Watson in the middle of the season, but then don't you either go back to Shedeur, or maybe you try out Gabriel, or maybe they do draft Garrett Nussmeier or Cole Payton on day 3, and he's getting.
No, I've already determined that Nussmeier or Drew Aller is going to be a Jet, and that's who's going to be starting games for the Jets at the end of the year. All right, Jacob,
Drew Aller
final.
Would be great. I mean, Drew Aller is like literally just Christian Hackenberg, same jersey, same everything. So like him on the Jets would just go crazy.
Give me a dart wide receiver here.
Receiver. All right. Yeah. Let's go Ted Hurst.
Wow, beautiful young man, Ted Hurst.
Yeah, I just kind of rotate these guys around. Like I have plenty of Branch, I have plenty of Hurst. I have a decent amount of Brennan Thompson, your boy.
My boy, famously, he is so
he's the
he
one
is so
fast guy you hate.
archetypical. I certainly do not hate him. I wouldn't say he's reached my boy status. We'll see when he gets drafted. If he is like a 4th round pick to the Cincinnati Bengals, then
I think he's going to go day 2.
The NFL has really not learned shit.
I think like he just strikes me as like it's round 3 and some team has just had like 2 names crossed off their board, and they're like, hey, why don't we draft a guy who ran a 4.26?
It's like the Tay Felton Memorial pick, where he's the final pick of the 3rd round, and then we just never see him again.
It just seems like such a like thing that an NFL team could be like, oh, now like that linebacker we're going to take got stolen from us, but like this guy's fast. Is every
GM a Southerner?
In my opinion, yes. Like every GM is like the bad guy from To Kill a Mockingbird.
I associate the Southern accent more with college football, where every like booster has that accent. Yeah,
that's true.
All right, Drake May, Omarion Hampton, David Montgomery.
Every American a Southerner, and yes, that's correct.
Well, technically true.
I only have like I don't really know how to make fun of Midwestern Americans because they sound like
we sound like every man
than Canadians.
Yeah.
Because like even if I watch like Fargo, that's kind of the exact same accent that people would use to make fun of people from Manitoba. So like I can't really beef them, but I can either make fun of the Southerners, or you can do, like make fun of like the Staten Island cop, right? That's another American archetype that you can beef with. But
the Southern one is just funny 100% of the time. Yeah. Oh, this is actually a good question. Who is the shitter of this draft class? Like the round one guy who just gets like hammered low?
Well, I think that McCoy might fall a ton because of the medical stuff, but that's a little different.
Corner. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like Will Johnson more.
For a little while, I was thinking it was Tyson, actually, where the medical stuff on him was so bad. And then now I think Connor Allen told me yesterday that he is minus he's like minus 700 to be
8.5.
Yeah. So something has certainly changed safe there. Yeah. Could be Jadarian Price. Could be Jadarian Price.
But Price isn't projected to go in round one. Price going in round one is okay. Let's make a pick here. All right. You're making picks here. I would have been. This is
my last one. This is my 150th one.
Do your thing.
Yeah. Well, you can contribute. I was just gonna say you don't have to stay for this whole time if you don't want. You can leave whenever you want.
Okay, sounds good. Congrats on the 150.
I had to really draft yesterday. I drafted like 10 tables simultaneously yesterday to get there.
I think that Shadur is pretty singular. And the massive falls usually do only happen at the quarterback position. It's like it's just a position where 22 to 25 of the teams have no interest in taking a quarterback on the first 2 days of the draft, no matter what, right? So it's not like I don't think a wide receiver can ever fall that much for non-medical criminal reasons, because there's all 32 teams would have a theoretical interest in taking a wide receiver at some point in the draft. So quarterback is pretty singular, but yeah, Price I could see, but I do think, Price's over-unders, I think 46.5 today. So most of the price is like a very specific speculation that one specific team, the Seattle Seahawks, might take him at 32. I think. I mean, most likely he's going on in round 2 of the NFL draft. So I could see him as a perceived faller, but it would be less surprising to see him fall to like the very beginning of round 3, I think, than it would be to see him go on Thursday. I don't expect to see him go on Thursday.
I remember 2 other big quarterback fallers in my life.
Jimmy Clausen, huge one.
Oh, I had actually forgotten that one. Malik Willis was a big one.
That was a
and
big
then,
one.
Do you remember? This might be slightly before your time. Do you remember Ryan Nassib first round quarterback hype?
No, that I don't remember. I remember Brett Hundley was getting mocked at the end of round 1, and he fell to day 3.
So I remember here, and I literally just Googled it, Ryan Nassib first round, and one of the first results is Kurt Warner can't see how Ryan Nassib is a first round pick. And there were
right.
he certainly I believe he ended up being a 7th round pick in the very end. But it will happen where quarterbacks will get mocked.
Ryan Mallett was a big
Ryan
follower.
Mallett.
He was getting a lot of round 1 buzz. Yeah, it happens with quarterbacks often. It's like Hendon Hooker was another one that was getting round 1 buzz and fell. Like it's really hard to make sense. So I mean, I guess if you wanted to bet on someone to be the big faller, I think Ty Simpson is probably I think he probably does go early round 2 to the Cardinals, but if he doesn't, I don't know who else is taking Ty Simpson. Like maybe he does fall all the way to round 3. That wouldn't.
Well, there's rumors the Rams might want to take him. I don't know. I don't really know if I buy that. The Ty Simpson thing just makes truly zero sense to me.
I think he's horrible. I mean,
he's horrible.
You look at the Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard stats, too, and it's like, so this whole passing offense just fell off a cliff when they went from Jalen Milroe to Ty Simpson. Jalen Milroe is one of the most athletic quarterback prospects we've seen. Ty Simpson is like a run-of-the-mill pocket passer with a little bit of functional scrambling. And then Milroe went at the end of round 3 last year. But you're telling me the way worse passer, who's also a way worse athlete, like we're supposed to take him in round 1, round 2? Like, not for me. Like what? Why is he better than Jalen Milroe? Like, because his processing. Like, get out of here, film people with your processing.
That's just like I think the only reason.
What are you telling me? He's white, like so he can process.
I was gonna say
like,
literally, it's just that Ty Simpson's white and Jalen Milroe was like a good running quarterback. And by the way, there were people who were like hyping up Jalen Milroe as a potential first round quarterback too.
Yeah. And I didn't think Milroe was some incredible prospect. I'm just saying it is a fact that the Alabama passing offense under Jalen Milroe was substantially more efficient than the Alabama passing offense under potential first-round pick Ty Simpson.
Man, I guess I should do the math on total drafts completed, all platforms. So I did 283 on Underdog, plus 150 here, plus 20. And then I did another 150 on Drafters. I did 250 on Drafters. So I'm at 703 drafts before the start of the NFL draft, roughly. There's a couple more in there because I did a couple 333s on DK. So I basically, this was all just a warm-up, Jacob. Okay. Genty and Walker.
Yeah.
We could just play the hits here. We could do Brees and Garrett Wilson. Just go do the Jets.
That's my hits. Yeah, that's certainly what I would be doing. But this is your team.
I mean, I don't have too many combinations of those double Jets. And spiritually, this one is even more on brand because you're here hanging out with me. Yes, yeah, I did.
The comments had a lot of questions of why I had like 80% combined Jets exposure to Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, and Braylon Allen.
Yeah, so that was surprising to me. Why so much Braylon Allen? I thought you were one of the four. Well, I thought you were one of the foremost haters.
I am, but I just like I just like the. I mean, I guess you can't be 100% sure with anyone, but there's a group of RB2s towards the end of the draft that I'm pretty confident are in fact RB2s and actually might have like not a startable role, but like a usable-ish role where you might get 4 to 5 points a week in base, and if you happen to get a touchdown, then it's a usable week. That are just not expensive. And it's like, so I think Braylon Allen is like not that different of a pick. I mean, the contingent ceiling is obviously lower because he's on the Jets, but he's like not that different of a pick to me than like the Kenny Gainwell, Blake Corum like grouping. And they're priced up really high. So I'm living in like the Braylon Allens, the Ollie Gordons, the Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson. Those are all guys that I'm pretty into.
The 14-year-old that got frame mugged by Isaiah Davis, not having it. I will say this is what he has to offer. He does have his entire life ahead of him, and Najee Harris and Joe Mixon and these guys do not have their entire life ahead of them. And I mean, I've always thought Braylon Allen was good, and I always thought it was I thought it was a bit of a bummer for him to have stayed and been drafted by the New York Jets. I mean, I thought I was going to really run pure with Brees Hall leaving, and then Braylon Allen just gets to be the starting running back for the Jets. Although, quite a bad New York Football Jets team. I mean, are the Jets just going to be this hopeless for our entire lives? Is Ron just going to be miserable for his entire football watching life? Like, probably. I guess there's just kind of no way.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely.
What do we make the odds? What do we make the odds that Geno is able to be closer to Seattle Geno than Raiders Geno? Because the Jets offensive line is good, right?
Kind of high.
Yeah.
I make them kind of high. I also I want to answer directly to Sus Edwards, who's box score scouting fact checking me. And I'd like to point out that Jalen Milroe had 8.9 yards per attempt and 8.37 adjusted yards per attempt in 2024. Ty Simpson was at 7.5, 8.25 adjusted yards per attempt. So the pass,
and that's also without counting
through more passes.
That's also without counting EPA per play and rushes, because Milroe was like one of the most efficient rushing quarterbacks.
But I don't even need to count that. I don't care. I'm just saying that when they drop back to pass, I understand they passed more with Ty Simpson, but the value of a pass was more efficient with more. The people who
this is the worst logic I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
I don't even care about this, but this is actually stupid.
I'm sure Sus Edwards is out there with my guy Laquan Jones talking about how Jacoby Brissett was actually great for the Cardinals last year. So congrats.
Jacoby Brissett. Shout out to Jacoby for getting the bag. I'm sure Jacoby understands that he did not play very good football last year, but because he probably is going to get himself an extra $5 million from being like, hey man, I just don't want to show up.
Well, not if they draft Ty Simpson.
How many people, if you ask them off the street, you provide them the definition of EPA per play and then assume that they're able to understand it, how many people would accurately state that Kyler Murray was 4 times better EPA per play than Jacoby Brissett?
No one. People don't want to admit the truth.
Literally not one person, I think. I think not one person. Yeah. Everyone was so excited for their McBride bags.
I just saw truly one of the I mean, maybe this will turn out to be right, but in my opinion, one of the funniest news alerts I've seen of the whole draft cycle. And as a fellow true college football fan, I think you'll really appreciate this one. From Tom Pelissero, Carson Beck is expected to go earlier than everyone expects. He'll go round 2, and you can't rule out round 1.
I'll say right now, if your team takes Carson Beck in round 1, you have permission to bail. You have permission to just leave. Carson Beck.
Look, I'm not even that much of a Carson Beck hater in terms of Georgia era Carson Beck, but after the UCL injury, his arm is just totally shot. There's nothing going on there. That guy's a backup. I don't believe that this will happen, but for the internet would be a really fun time to be online if we get the Arizona Cardinals have traded up to the 31st pick in the draft. And with the 31st pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Carson Beck.
God, can you imagine? God, can you imagine? I mean, honest to goodness, I think if my team was going to go down this quarterback developmental rabbit hole and trade up to do so, I would say, one, I hope it's Talon Green, who absolutely stinks butt, but we think we can just coach him up an unbelievable degree, or Cole Payton, who it's maybe we don't know if Cole Payton is any good because he played against, plumbers might even be generous, maybe accountants. Plumbers, at least, plumbers have some heft and some strength and some core, mobility. He was playing against accountants. But maybe Cole Payton, if your team takes Carson Beck or Ty Simpson in round 1, what's the point? What are you hoping for? I don't even think Orlovsky believes the Ty Simpson stuff. I think that's all a total psyop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people do love the one thing Ty Simpson has going for him. He doesn't have production, he doesn't have efficiency, and he doesn't have athleticism, and he doesn't even have experience. But what he does have is 4 clips making the rounds on Twitter of him getting to the backside dig. And that's what you need to have a certain cohort of Twitter.
But I was going to say, he's not even the prototypical quarterback that people kind of fall in love with, because he's not that big. He doesn't throw that hard.
No.
Yeah.
But for the people that love to talk about processing to feel smarter than everyone else, there's 3 times where he threw a backside dig route and people are yeah.
You want to do a Dunze Caleb Williams here? I never do that.
It's your team. Roman Dunze is not a part of my world.
No, all right. We're gonna do Christian Watson. God, yeah, what a miserable part of the draft.
Yeah, this is horrid.
Yikes. Who do you even take?
Oh man, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison. I'm gonna. You know what? We're talking about the Cardinals. We'll do Marvin Harrison Jr. I could see.
Are we gonna complete the stack with Carson Beck?
We might have to. I could see shorter Jared Goff, but to that end, I would say, again, what's the point? I'm not saying Ty Simpson is certainly a better quarterback today and probably presents to be a better quarterback in the future than Talon Green. But if my team was doing that, I would want them to do Talon Green.
Yeah, I mean, mostly because Talon Green is going to go in like round 6.
Yeah, he probably is.
So, I mean, once you get into like day 3, like if you want to take a dart throw on insert any of these quarterbacks in day 3, feel free. But yeah, I have some questions on if you're doing it.
Man, how sick was that? How sick was that Arkansas Razorbacks team? They might have set a record for Team RAS because Talon Green was a 10 RAS. Mike Washington Jr. was a 9.9 RAS. Brendan Thompson almost broke Xavier Worthy's 40-time record. I don't know if they had a tight end who declared or whatever. Drew Haas, I think, or something his name was.
The team, Luke Haas, and I don't think he declared. Luke Haas. But by the way, the team was not sick. They won 2 games.
No, they were off. They were a horrible watch. They were yes. Well, because Talon Green would be like 8,800 on DraftKings every single week, and he would project super well. And then you'd watch the game, and you'd be like, "This team stinks, dude! Like, what is happening with all these guys? They're all terrible."
Yeah, I mean, the 2025 Arkansas Razorbacks are a good argument against the primacy of relative athletic score in prospecting.
They just needed.
Let's just draft all these guys from this team that's horrific because they're all fast.
You just need those guys. Here's the thing about it's a poor carpenter that blames his tools, but it's good for a good carpenter to get better tools. I mean, imagine if the 2025 Arkansas Razorbacks got to hire Kyle Shanahan to be their coach. How many games would they have won? Probably win the SEC. It was a weak year. It was a down year for the SEC.
Oh man.
Here's a good one. Will Diego Pavia get drafted?
Oh man, I could see a team taking him in round 7. Why not? Why not? It's also I I'd kind of decided that I liked Cole Payton like based on nothing but just hope, and then I tuned in to our guy the QB school. And I didn't watch like the first 2. I watched the third.
That's more that's more your guy than my guy. I mean, I don't have any strong thoughts about him either way, but right. I wouldn't say I'm a huge QB
so I tune in
head.
and I because I'm not trying to be objective and I just want to have I wouldn't even say priors. I would just say my hopes confirmed. I like look up the stats of the games that he's done on Cole Payton, and I obviously picked the best one to watch. Sure. And like we get to play 3, and he's like, "This is the kind of play that gives me hope, like that he could be converted to tight end in the league." And I'm like, "Oh no!"
Well,
I'm like, that's not good.
Well, it's worked out. It's obviously also, I guess, quarterback body frames are just better suited for tight end in general than wide receiver. Because it used to be guys who would convert to wide receiver, like Braxton Miller would convert to wide receiver, Pryor converts to wide receiver, but like Felipe Franks converted.
Huge. Cole Payton is a monster. Like he's quite rugged.
I will say, after watching the Raiders chew up and spit out Cam Miller and Tommy Mellott, I had to like stop going down this road with FCS quarterbacks where I actually had real opinions about them. Because Cam Miller and Tommy Mellott were good.
Cole Payton is 6'3", 233. So like that's a big guy. I think like probably Cole Payton's future resides in my country. Because like we have
He does. He's such a Saskatchewan Rough Rider or Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
Because this is like there's a lot of college quarterbacks that are like that because just the way that the CFL operates, mobility is kind of a must for quarterbacks. First of all, you have like a really sophisticated short yardage component to the CFL because it's the 2-down football or 3-down football with a full yard that the defense has to give you off the line. So everyone's going for 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 all the time, and you have to have like a specific set of quarterback plays. So that's like Chris Trevler was like the original Taysom Hill, basically, for the Blue Bombers, and even the starters have to get involved in that to some degree. And so like I've had a pretty decent track record of picking out college quarterbacks that I'm like, you will never make the NFL, but I bet you'll be good in the CFL. Like Vernon Adams was one that I watched at Oregon.
Oh my gosh,
going to be such a good CFL quarterback, and I was correct. Like,
and you were correct. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great. So and sometimes not quite as good. Like I remember Taj Boyd for Clemson was a guy that I was like, I bet this guy's gonna rip up the CFL, and then he came up,
and he did not.
He wasn't very good. Yeah. But Cole Payton, I think, has a long future in Canadian football.
I took Jalen Warren and Patrick Mahomes there at the end. I actually don't know what college Andre Reed went to.
Well, Gates played basketball. He didn't even
played basketball at some California school, I think.
Because Jimmy Graham played a bit of football and basketball
at Miami.
He went to the U. Yeah. But Gates. Where did Antonio Gates go to college?
I definitely think the Chargers might take a tight end. I think the Chargers are pretty live to take a tight end, but I think they're more likely to take a Disley style tight end than a Gadsden replacement.
I big agree. Gates went to Kent State University.
Okay, I did know that, but did not pull it there. Actually, Jacob, this is. Have you played this game yet?
Which game?
Have you played the school match game?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, we're about to make Jacob's day right now. All right. So it's literally exactly what it sounds like. You get a list of players from college football. Okay. And you get a list and
you got to match them to the schools.
And you got to match them to the school.
Oh,
it's based on speed. So there's someone who has beat obviously I'm very good at this game, but there's someone who must have really hacked the way to get the speed because their scores are always higher than me. Okay. So, all right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, HN,
Adunze, Washington.
Duvernay,
Aguilar.
Texas.
Yes, Duvernay, Texas.
Westbrook, Oklahoma.
Tank went to Auburn. D.D. Westbrook went to Oklahoma. Charbonnet went to
South
UCLA.
Carolina. Sharbs, UCLA, yeah. Downs, North Carolina.
Dalvin Cook, Florida State.
Florida
Downs,
State,
North
Rome,
Carolina.
Washington.
Oh, I freaking okay. I didn't click it.
Oh,
we got to start over. I didn't punch it in
easy.
right.
I thought they were going to be
this is the easy. Okay, we got to quit and go back.
All right. We got them all right.
Jarquez Hunter,
Jarquez Auburn, Hyatt Tennessee, shout out Vols. Matt
Theo
Jones
Johnson.
Arkansas. Oh yeah, Theo Penn State, Tank Dell Houston, Gunnar Helm Texas, Bo Nix Oregon.
Matt Jones, that's kind of a tricky one.
Matt Jones running back Florida. I thought it was receiver. Running backs Florida.
Trey Palmer, Nebraska.
Amon-Ra, USC. Kelvin Benjamin, Florida State.
Okay, so that's the easy.
I thought it was Matt Jones, the converted quarterback receiver.
Speaking, which would have been very topical.
Not Matt Jones, the running back, which was Florida.
All right. So as soon as we go next year, it starts. All right. Antonio Gibson went to Memphis. Flowers went to
Boston
BC.
College.
Where did Mooney go?
Mooney, Tulane.
Mooney went to Tulane. Kenny Pickett
Felton,
went
Maryland,
to Pittsburgh.
Pitt,
Pacheco, Rutgers. Kincaid,
Utah.
Dak went to Mississippi State. Chase Brown went to Illinois. Josh Doxson, TCU.
Lock it in.
So, we feel like we're doing really good. I'm telling you, this guy, he's got it. You'll see at the end. You'll see at the end how much of a cheat it is. Okay. David Johnson went to Northern Iowa. Quez Watkins went to Southern Miss. Julian Edelman went to Kent State. James Washington went to OK State. Gandy Golden was Memphis.
Liberty.
Okay. Antonio
Central
Brown
Michigan.
was
Central Michigan.
I never remember. Carlos Henderson went to Louisiana Tech. Bailey Zappi went to Western Kentucky.
North
Texas.
Don't know.
Wake Forest.
Okay.
Or maybe Georgia Tech. Raquel Armstead went to Temple. Troutman went to Dayton.
Yeah.
I never remember Smelter.
This one I don't know.
I
wherever you want.
Think it's Georgia Tech or Wake Forest.
All right.
We're going GT.
Click your favorite.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
And you feel like, oh man, we think we're killing it, bro. No, 470. Not even close. Not even close. This guy,
Wow.
I'd love to meet him
This fucking
someday.
ketchup guy.
He's
my
cheating.
God.
He's cheating is the answer. But it's a very fun way. Kitchen
God,
needs
that's a fun game.
It is very fun. Kitchen also needs to add more players to it. Because I'm starting to like Jalen Darden, North Texas pops up like every time.
Right.
It's like you got to be throwing some Tyquan Thorntons there for me. Like, where did Tyquan Thornton go to school? Baylor, obviously.
Baylor.
But yeah. True advantage for touchscreen laptop bros or phone bros.
Yeah,
you know
I gotta
what?
try this on my phone.
We don't even have to take Xavier Worthy here, actually, because Xavier Worthy doesn't even go here anymore. Xavier Worthy's been banished to a further shadow realm after this. We could double tap Jordan Love and Jayden Reed here.
Oh, sounds fantastic.
What if we got a 587 passing attempt season from let's do that. Let's do Jordan Love and Jayden Reed. We're going to be behind on tight end on this one too. Like, what would a 580 pass attempt season from Jordan Love even look like? Would they even be good?
I think pretty good.
How I guess, I mean, to me, it doesn't really make sense why LaFleur wants to limit the passing volume that much. But I mean, you saw like the sheer joy that he took to coaching Malik Willis. Like, Malik Willis came in the game and LaFleur's like, all right, man, let me pour a drink, light a cigarette. We are just going to have a nice time. It was incredible. So like, maybe that's just, he loves
just gets to scheme it all up and do all this run game shit and call 13 play action pass concepts. Like, he loves coaching the Malik Willis offense.
Yeah, it is the same sort of concept of, like, I think Kyle Shanahan loves coaching. What was the Iowa quarterback's name? Nick Mullins. I think he loves bringing.
Beathard.
Yeah, Beathard. Yeah, I think he loved that stuff. Like, he's like, yeah, man.
It makes sense because, like, you know, most of the time when I play against the CPU in college football video game, like, you know, I'm beating them like 120. But like the other day, I found myself in a dogfight where I'm behind by a few touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, oh, like this is fun now. Like, I gotta actually min max. I gotta call the right plays. Like, I gotta try. I think being on hard mode for these guys, they take a certain level of enjoyment in.
100% they do. My realistic ROI goal this year for best ball, I mean, I'm just keeping it so real. These tournaments are so top heavy. You could have a top 1% season and lose so bad. Like, what there was the guy.
It's an impossible question to answer, right? It's like, realistically, like, if I make the finals in Best Ball Mania this year, then or the equivalent on DraftKings, like, then I'll have a winning year. But if I don't, then I won't. It's like realistically what my year is every year on these best balls tournaments.
It's just how it goes. Like, not last year, but 2 years ago, the Henry Barkley like insanity season, some guy advanced 90 teams in Best Ball Mania and didn't make the finals. I mean, imagine that. Like, imagine you have 90 advancing teams. You're like, oh, dude, like, mathematically, like, I basically have a seat locked up.
But like, how many teams you advance through round one is just like such a minuscule degree of like your ROI for the year that, yeah, it's basically like if you make a final in one of the massive tournaments or you have a pretty strong finish in one of the smaller tournaments, you know, you finish like fourth in the whatever type of dog, then yeah, you're having a good year. But if you don't, then you don't, and it's like kind of doesn't matter how many teams you advance. Like, I could have my advance rate last year I think was like exactly even. Like, I think I advanced like 25 out of 150, but I got a finals team, so I had a positive ROI. If I advance 44 teams this year, but they don't make the finals, I'll have a worse year. I probably played better, but I'll have a worse ROI.
I mean, honestly, I think I had 6 finals teams last year or something. I mean, I would love to have more than that, but also at the end of the day, I don't really care. You know, I just want to have the shipper. Like, winning the DK Millie would be Well, I mean, the DraftKings one will be $2 million at first. It might even be more. I was thinking like they have never filled. I mean, last year was their first time they ever did pre-draft best ball, and it didn't even come close to filling. It was huge overlay. Then they did $250K to first for this one. I'm thinking they might make their main one even bigger. Like they might make it like how they do the Sunday Million, where it's like, yeah, it's 800,000 entrants, dude. Like, why not? Like,
Right.
It's definitely possible. I think one year they also did it $5. They did it one, like I think last year it was 20. I think 2 years ago maybe it was $5, which is kind of fun to have.
I'm going to draft a lot
one.
more on DK this year. I've generally not played a ton, mostly because I had a job. But part of my no job extra time is going to be spent on DraftKings.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to take off soon here because I've decided to write up a mock draft as my annual humiliation ritual. So I'm gonna put pen to paper on that, and I got a college football playoff video game again in one of my leagues coming up here. So
do you play online?
Correct.
Or
correct. So I'm playing like my friend Brian, like right after I get off this call.
Get after him.
So yeah, we're gonna get pucks in deep.
All right.
So
thinking.
Enjoy the playoff hockey tonight. Are the Avs playing tonight?
No. The Avs played last night. They play tomorrow. And they're playing the freaking Kings.
They had the overtime win. They had the overtime.
And so they're playing way after my bedtime. So it was like a very lucky thing that I was even able to watch
7.
in the.
Oh, I mean, I was watching the end of Denver, Minnesota, like the basketball game the other day, and it was a fantastic game. But it works well for me because I'm a night owl on Pacific time. But I remember I was like watching this. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, it's like 1:20 in the morning, East Coast time right now, and we have like Anthony Edwards and Nikola Jokic battling to finish. Is this good for the NBA? Like, do we want the best playoff series?
The best playoff series every year
after 1 a.m. Like, it
was always used to be the same thing with the Warriors. Like the Warriors in the regular season, they'd be playing beautiful basketball and no one was ever seeing it because they tipped off at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. East.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it wouldn't bother me, but yeah, truly insane. Anyways, all right. See you guys later, and I'll see you tomorrow night for the draft show.
Yes, ship chasing tomorrow night. Later, bro. All right, boys, we are going to wrap up these final 8 picks of the pre-draft best ball season right here. Obviously, there's not going to be very much time off here on the channel because Best Ball Mania and the other contests over on DraftKings are going to open up on Monday. So very much looking forward to that. Jacob and I were doing a lot of yapping there. The team that we have is Ashton Genty, Ken Walker III, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Christian Watson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jalen Warren, Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Jayden Reed. And I did something I've basically not done in any of these drafts, but I just double tapped tight end at the corner there. I did Juwan Johnson, Mark Andrews. My plan was to take one of Xavier Worthy or Travis Kelce. They both went. So as of right now, I do not have Mahomes stacked with anyone other than Ken Walker. So potentially Ken Walker will be receiving 2 screen pass touchdowns in week 17 to deliver 250,000 here. I probably am not going to be able to draft. I'm probably not going to be able to golf this weekend, I don't think. But I have a baby shower that is taking place at a golf sim. So I will be bringing my clubs and I will be locked in. I will probably play St. Andrews on the golf sim, and I will very much be looking forward to that. Barbell for the flagship contest. I don't want to say for sure all fast, likely to be more fast than slow. Though, Charles, you are correct about that. I will be doing a lot of slows this year, way more slows than in a given year. Like probably like a lot of like the $5 contests and stuff I'll be doing as slows. DraftKings, I get the sense from emailing with them and from talking to them that we are going to be getting a little bit more varied styles of contests this year on DraftKings. So I think we'll have like, we'll have $33. We'll have $5, probably some $1 stuff. And hey, if I'm trying to draft 3,000 teams, we are probably going to be getting them. My goal is to get to 3,000 teams. That is my goal. So if I have 700 teams now, that'll be about 2,300 teams in the regular season. Obviously, that's going to be a lot of that is going to have to be slow drafts. I'm definitely going to auto some of the contests. I just did that video last week on the channel about how to do auto drafted contests, but some of the $3 stuff, all the $1 stuff, I'm going to do auto drafted. It's probably just about time for running backs to be over. Yeah, Jonah Coleman is the best it is. All right, so we're going to do Jonah Coleman. And then do I want to try and take a quarterback? I could take, you know what? Let's take, my quarterbacks are Mahomes. You know what? Actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to make this a Ty Simpson team. And then I'm going to take Travis Hunter, actually. So look, if it's the last draft, if it's the last one of the set, I got to do it. How many did I have last year? A lot. I don't remember the exact number. I believe the number was that I had the most drafted teams in standard roster style contests of anyone on PD's website. So on BBMDB, if you filtered out Superflex, if you filtered out Marathon, if you filtered out Sprint, so just like most standard best ball, I had the most teams drafted. Obviously, I'm hoping to back that up again this year, and I'm hoping to get a good partnership done with DraftKings, so I have lots of site credits to use. You know, I don't know if it's that crazy that like Yahoo and FanDuel have never done best ball tournaments, because I think to build it out very well is sort of difficult, and I think it's only worth doing if you can do it well, because if you're not going to do it better than than it already exists, then you're only going to get users that you don't really want. And what I mean by that is you want users who are just interested in being on your platform. You don't want users who just want to play the one style of game. Like, the reason to have best ball is to have people on your platform. And if they're just best ball people, it's not exactly what you want. You kind of want more people who are just in a general fantasy football. No, I'm no Olympic tickets for me. Didn't even enter in the lottery. I cannot start thinking about 2028 yet. Yes, you are indeed tripping. There was no report about Travis Hunter playing exclusively corner. Both Adam Schefter and James Gladstone and Travis Hunter have all said that he will be playing more at corner this year, but he will still have his package stuff on offense. And the way I think about the Travis Hunter experience is that if you are not a huge believer in Parker Washington and you just accept that if a team takes Travis Hunter, the second overall pick in the NFL draft, which they did, it's not really that acceptable to then say, okay, well, we took a kind of okay corner with the second pick of the NFL draft. I think he's still going to run about 30% of the routes on offense kind of as his baseline. And I think there's room for it to scale up from there, is my opinion on Travis Hunter. As of right now, I have no plans to attend any of the Kansas City World Cup games. Obviously, I would really like to. Argentina has a game there that is the issue is that the tickets are super expensive to get in. The game that I would be more likely to go to is the Netherlands has a game in Kansas City. I don't remember who they are playing, but that one feels more realistic. The issue is I actually have a ton of stuff planned this summer. And I really might not have time. I've got a golf trip. I've got a family trip. I've got, friends coming in town, all kinds of stuff. I think we're taking Gino again because we have the double jet. So we're going to take Gino there. And then, you know what? I'll play, this is actually probably another 4 tight end team. So we're going to run it back again. I'm going to take Mason Taylor. So we have Mahomes, Genty, Walker, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Juwan Johnson, Breece Hall, Jalen Warren, Jordan Love, Jayden Reed, Mark Andrews, Jonah Coleman, Travis Hunter, Geno Smith, Mason Taylor, and I reserve the right to take a Terrence Ferguson or Gunnar Helm at the end here. Easy to plan a summer on site credits. Yeah, you'd think it'd be easy to plan a summer on site credits. Let me tell you, for my current lifestyle and experiences to continue, I'm gonna need everyone to sign up over on flockfantasy.com using code Davis. Actually, you know what? It's actually a good segue, because tomorrow I'm going to do a stream where I go through these team reviews for ARC 124 and AR Butler 7. So if you want a team review and you subscribe over at flockfantasy.com using code Davis, you can get a voucher bundle. So you can get, basically, if you just sign up to the site for $97 a year, you get a team review, you get a couple trade questions, and you get a start sit for the regular season as well. So if you want one of your teams reviewed, dynasty team, or I guess you could do a best ball team if you wanted, but if you want any of that, I probably tomorrow during the day am going to have that set up for a dynasty team review stream. So Flock Fantasy, code Davis, link to that is down in the description of this podcast, or wherever you might be listening or watching. Check it out. Pretty cool website. Perfect Kansas City NFL draft picks. I mean, I would very much like for them to get Ruben Bain. Be fine with that. I would be fine with Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon. I would love for them to take one of these move tight ends that Reebs was talking about at the beginning of the stream in the second or the third round. If they took Justin Jolly, if they took Eli Raridon, really any of these guys, honestly, I mean, Michael Trigg on day 3, I would be fine with. I think that would be pretty strong. I just want them to take as many defensive linemen as they need. Well, I guess Ruben Bain is not 300 pounds. I guess Ruben Bain is like 260. Ruben Bain, Mesidor, any of those guys. I don't think it's official if I'm in the Flock League this year. You know, don't want to be too presumptuous about it. Obviously, I am hoping to be asked to join the Flock League, but you don't want to be the new guy and say, hey, you got to make this all about me right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I certainly am interested in flocking it up. All right. Well, Gunnar Helm went. What a bummer. Nothing like getting sniped on Gunnar Helm at the very end. Yes, traveling for the Flock League is a non-negotiable, Charles. That will have to be done. I will have to pack myself up on an airplane and leave the house. A dangerous thing, man. People are saying leaving the house is more and more dangerous every year. All right. I mean, I'm going to take Terrence Ferguson here because my tight ends are Juwan Johnson, Mark Andrews, and Mason Taylor, which means I just feels like I don't really have any tight ends. Brazel would fit here. Brazel actually is really good here. Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Marvin Harrison Jr., with Jayden Reed and Travis Hunter. Maybe, honestly, we might need a little bit more floor than that. Let's do Jeremy Bernard, and then I'll take T. Ferg. So I got 2 more picks left. Who are going to be my final 2 picks of the pre-draft best ball season? I don't know. It's hard to say, boys. But I hope. I mean, I guess there's not really a last round chief anymore. That kind of used to be my strategy where I would take a chief with my final pick, but don't think that is going to be particularly possible this year. I mean, I guess Tyquan is clickable. Brashard Smith is not really clickable. Oh, Amari DiMercado I could take in the end. Missing out on Helm hurts a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I guess Tyquan is. So the golf trip is out to the Quad Cities. We are playing TPC Deer Run where they used to play the Sanderson Farms, and then I think they literally just used to call it the John Deere. So a PGA Tour level course. You guys got any advice on the scoring? So we're kind of two minds with the scoring. So it's either going to be, just stroke play for the entire weekend, where you own your score, and then we're going to do some scrambles and some best balls inside there, but you own your score. Or there's 8 guys going on the trip. Should we try and do a Ryder Cup style setup? I thought that was maybe potentially interesting as well. We'll see. Well, a Vegas golf trip is gnarly. I don't think at at my advanced age, I don't know if I've got a weekend in Vegas in me, bro. I also don't drink and don't really like playing table games. Like I am not a blackjack, craps, roulette. I mean, I play a little bit of roulette, but not really my game. I'm more of a poker room person, and I probably won't even go to the poker room most of the time, because when you're with a group of people, well, how fun is it to go sit down and play 1-2 or 2-5? It's not really that fun. Ooh, we always play the weekend before the John Deere, so it's like super nice. So it's all pristine and set up. Okay, that's got to be very fun. We're doing a Ryder Cup for our boys trip. There you go. That's really nice. Yeah, you definitely want to play your own ball. So the guys, the way that we're going is there's 7. It's just kind of funny the way it works out. There are 7 guys. These guys all know each other from college. They went to 2 different colleges. I'm the odd one out of this group, and so I'm gonna have to be an honorary member of one of the 2 teams. And my game is not in a great place right now. I mean, it's not the worst it's ever been, but it's not the best it's ever been. Still fighting the early extension, still fighting the over the top. Just very hard to add distance if you're not able to get to that shallow, compression bit on the ball. You guys know, how that goes. All right. So the team is Patrick Mahomes, Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker III, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Juwan Johnson, Breece Hall, Jalen Warren, Jordan Love, Jayden Reed, Mark Andrews, Jonah Coleman, Travis Hunter, Geno Smith, Mason Taylor, Burmy Gernard, and Terrence Ferguson. I need at least one more running back, probably one more wide receiver, and these are going to be my final picks in the very end. I'm a head golf pro and could set you up with live scoring scorecards. Well, Connor, I mean, let me know. Slide in my DMs. I'm actually using Claude Code to code up an app for the weekend. But if you have something that works in place, I mean, let me know. Yes, as a fellow short, I did get my clubs fitted, and yes, it does make a major difference, Yosh. A huge difference, actually. Getting your clubs fit. You will be surprised actually how much of a difference it will make. 4 teams of 2, 4 ball, bottom 2. Yeah, but we're putting money in the center, and I'm making everyone submit their actual GIN handicap. Gotta do it legit if you're going out there. All right, final 2 picks of the season. We're gonna do super slappy Bryce Lance. And I wish I could take Keaton Mitchell, but I'm going to end it with actually this guy I think is you know what? I'm actually going to end it with Ollie Gordon, the 2023 MFN Doak Walker award winning. Connor, shoot me an email, davismatic@gmail.com. I'll be happy to hear from you. Everyone, head on over to DraftKings. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring us this week on the channel. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Check out that Dynasty stream tomorrow. Head on over to flockfantasy.com if you want to get your team reviewed. And I will be back with all of you guys tomorrow.